I'm doing good.
That's great to hear.
I've had a great day of sitting and watching Lucifer, and also discussing my opinions on a certain topic in the opinions channel of the MWA Discord.
I saw that. I saw that.
Me too. I also partook in that.
Yes, and what you're hearing right now is the voice of the Last Bastion Dobby, who competed in the main event of the show.
Hello.
Dobby, how are you?
That wasn't announced.
Out of character, I'm doing great. In character, I might be dead. But we'll get to that later
a broken down piece of
garbage. I started that.
Fuck you. You didn't start that. You just made it a lot worse.
Go fuck yourself. All they did was fuck up your hand.
Who Slick started it, if anything.
He fucked up your hand.
He broke.
So what if? So what if you? So what if you fell a few?
I fell 20 feet like 2 or 3 pay-per-views in a row. That's kind of fucked up. Shouts out to Cass for only elbowing me in my temple. You know, she let me off lightly.
Shouts out for only giving me minor brain damage.
Shouts out. Everyone else gave me like major, so you know.
Yeah.
I'll take what I can get. But before we get into the promos and the podcast, obviously everyone saw the last podcast.
Hey.
We have issued apologies where necessary.
But it was well received.
We would like to issue a general apology to anyone who was, offended or, just didn't like what they heard on the podcast. We hope to never have the emotion to get that high again.
The podcast led to me having a self-realization about me being a terrible person.
I mean, at least it had a good outcome. But no, yeah, we don't want emotion to get that high again. We will still be critical and tell you our thoughts and stuff. But we will never get that sort of level of personal again. So we only apologize. But that's all the serious stuff out of the way. Let's get into the fun of the podcast. Cause we have.
I just want to talk about tits.
Oh, this is probably the strongest week of promos we had in forever. This is a really, really good week.
A lot of promos.
It's not a tremendous amount, but the quality of everything this week is fucking fantastic, and I can't wait to get into them.
Very few, very long promos.
Quality over quantity this week.
Yes.
But that brings us into our first one, and it's another Jacob Cage update, and this one is a Colt specialty, because he loves to read these out. So Colt, I'll throw it back over to you, and then we can get into things.
Alright, so, breaking, MWA star Jacob Cage arrested again, MWON exclusive. After MWA Heatwave on Saturday, MWA star Jacob Cage was arrested once again, this time on charges of disorderly conduct, property damage, and assault with a deadly horse. Jacob was apparently seen leaving the docks in the back of a horse with a bottle of vodka in hand, saying, "I'm a fucking horse, this isn't illegal." Unfortunately for Cage, his horse smashed into the car of an MWA backstage staffer when he was confronted, he started rampaging throughout the streets. Cage was apprehended and extradited. My apologies.
The dyslexic person fucking knew that. Come on, Cole.
Fuck you, man.
Up your game.
Suck my dick. Extradited to a jail in North
Do you know what? This crap. Never mind.
Fuck. In North Carolina, this marks the second time in a month that Jacob Cage has been arrested, and our inside reporters have heard that the MWA front office is apparently livid with Cage. We'll have more on this story as it progresses, but I believe this may be it for Jacob Cage in the MWA. Also on WON this week, Matty Ice was reportedly paid in hot dogs, handshakes, and weed for his appearance. Kyle Champag has a fear of frogs. RTR's debut show is a success across the TV networks. True. MVLL loaning out talent in preparation for their return. And Shiffhead is a freak.
True. Also,
I need to talk about the most important part of this promo.
Hello.
There is nothing wrong with a fear of frogs. They are terrifying little demons.
Of course.
What?
They are the worst thing to ever be created.
Jacob has an actual fear of frogs. It's great.
I have. It's called irrational ranidophobia, which is a fear of frogs, and the irrational part is irrational. Basically means that a fear of it's going to kill you. So anytime I see a frog, even if it's like a picture of one, I break down.
Hey, just never go to the Amazon.
This is a full shoot, Cole.
I was gonna say this is full shoot. Ever since I've known Jacob, he's been fucking terrified of frogs.
Yeah, they are my biggest fear.
I'm gonna send you frog TikToks from now on.
Oh, genuinely don't, because it will cause me to have a panic attack.
Oh my fucking god! Do you think they're
Like
turning
full
freaking
sh-
frogs gay? You think the
full
water,
shoot.
the
That's why
chemicals in the
Jacob
water?
hates them, because they're all gay.
Yeah,
Frog
it's
homophobia.
it's actually just really good character work.
I was
It's just
really
a
into
subtle
it.
detail.
That should be someone should do that in a segment now. Just put out like a frog head and throw it at you.
I just start screaming.
Hey Kyle, I have an idea for your match.
He comes out.
No,
with
because he
fucking
has a
frog
fear of
head.
frogs.
Hey, you have
It's
to
been
you
confirmed.
have
He
to
has a
overcome
fear
your
of
fear.
frogs.
You have to overcome your fears sometimes to like succeed in life.
To
And that's
what? Torment an innocent man?
yeah, and win, beat the world champion
What
again.
have I ever done?
You've done everything to that man, but we have gone tremendously off. We weren't even on the topic of Cage there anyway.
Sorry, I just need
Yeah.
to get that off my chest.
We will follow up a bit because there is actually like a continuity piece later on from Cage with this arrest. So I'll try and keep it brief here, but I love these little write-ups and the
These are
fucking
fun.
the image of Jacob Cage on a horse and the fact that it was described as what was it assault with a deadly horse cracked me up so bad when I read it. I
So-
love Jacob Cage so
The
much.
picture in my mind is the horse trying to like buck him off, and Kay's just holding on,
Yeah, Buckaroo type
just like
shit.
just like one hand on the fucking saddle, one hand with fucking bottle of beer, just going, "I'm on a fucking horse."
Does it state what he's wearing in it? Because I just imagine he's in his little heart shaped, little heart pants, sat on a
I don't know
horse,
why.
trying to get bucked off.
I pictured him in a cowboy hat, boots, and assless chaps, no top.
It also seems fitting. But yeah, this was another funny little thing. Obviously, he has a problem now. He needs to get a fix, and you know maybe the person who calls later on helps him, and we'll get into that a little bit later on with the other promo, like I said. But
He doesn't need prison. He needs rehab.
He does. But yeah, this was a very cool promo. And he did say there are some like little things that tie into, you know, his also ons. Like apparently the Charlotte Flair thing will have continuity. AVLL loaning out talent. I'm presuming that's in regards to like Hondero being on BPW and RTR. But yeah, like I like the little things and seeing how they come back into it later on. And I wonder if there is any actual continuity to Kyle Chambag having a fear of frogs.
I hope there is, because I want to run the story of me sympathizing with Kyle Cardova
over frogs. That's
and becoming like really good friends.
Oh yeah.
Because he understands my fear. That's actually what's caused my entire character. I'm just terrified of frogs.
Dobby had a pet frog, and that's why Jacob presented him for so long. No, but yeah, I love this little Cage saga. Obviously, like I said, we'll get into it a bit more on who we think is going to be the one to help him out of this rut, and we have spoken about it a lot. And by we, I mean mostly Colt, and I've just started agreeing with him. But Colt, what do you think of this particular promo?
I enjoyed it. You know, like I said in the last podcast, I enjoy like not hearing, but like I enjoy seeing Cage like write out these stories. I don't know what about them is, but like he has like such a way with words that like I'm very entranced to like whatever he writes out, and like you know I fucked with it heavily. That I mean it's not really much. Well, I say it's not really much. Not in the when I don't mean that in like a way that this doesn't mean anything. Just you can't really say much about it because it's just like kind of there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think what he does later on in the week like really helps follow it up though, and that's why I'm excited to cover that. But Jacob, do you have any thoughts before we move on?
I really like this style of promo where people have a promo that makes sense as a written form promo.
Yeah.
Like the written promos where it's just like a normal promo where it feels like, you know, you could have just, you know, recorded it. This feels like it should actually be a written promo, and I really like that level of creativity going into it.
Yeah.
Instead of just, shit, what do I do? Well, I'll just record a video of me being drunk.
Yeah. I like that there's certain people who do this style of promo that I think can like portray it really well, that being I think Cage and Drix are my two examples. Where they like Atom as well with the book. It's just a like matter of setting the scene and like actually helping people visualize what is happening in it, and I think he does it really well.
We'll
but
get into this. We'll get into this later.
Yeah, we've
but
got more
Vox's
to-
promo as well. That
Yeah,
Notes promo.
the Vox thing is amazing.
I fuck with that so heavy.
That's such a cool add-on. But yeah, we'll get into that later on. It's in fact the last promo we'll cover. But yeah, are we good to move on to the next one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That brings us on to Tara. Of course, this following Heat Wave where she lost her TV title to Hironaka. And she's in a rut, it seems. Of course, we saw on Twitter chat. She got rejected from Dobway because she's nuts, which is really funny. And in this video, it's sort of just going through her sort of qualifications and like her trying to find a new job, I suppose. But then it takes a bit of a shift because we get some Morse code, some like creepy backward shit. There's a really loud motorbike. And yeah, there's Morse code, like I said, and I couldn't translate all of it, but there was a big chunk in the middle of it that I translated to be "Why didn't you help me?" which I'm presuming relates to Cassidy, because we know I believe Cass was on the boat, but she was not obviously seen at Heatwave or on the pre-show. So presumably she was with Tara and could have been on the separate boat where Hironaka and Tara fought, and maybe that's what that's in regards to, or just generally Cassidy not helping Tara
Based
out.
on what she did at the most recent show, I could see it just being a general "Why didn't you help me?" to the Great Lord above.
Maybe, but this is I believe prior to it, so we'll get into that part of it a little bit later on, and we'll talk on it a bit more. But I really like this promo. It was really simple. And I think it sets up for what Tara did on the show and probably what her next character arc is really well. I don't have much else to say other than I think it's a really good setup for what she's going to do next.
I think it's a nice setup. My only complaint with the promo is I could read like 4 words of everything that was put up. Like anything she wrote on the screen, I could read like 4 words.
Hey, you're dyslexic. That's pretty good going.
Also, I don't.
Buddy.
Also, fuck you. I don't know if that was intentional, but like the words sort of just blended into the background in everything that was shown.
A lot of what Tara does is erratic, and I think it fits the style well. I can definitely see it from like the way I see it is it's a fitting character thing, but from like a
viewing standpoint. I agree it's a fitting character thing, but from a viewing standpoint.
I get what you mean, yeah.
It's just annoying, especially with my dyslexia where I struggle to read as is.
Yeah, that's fair.
Not being able to fucking see the words didn't help.
To be fair, I think you get the same sort of effect from, her promo on the show itself, considering that is voice and, that's so much easier to decipher than reading text. That it doesn't matter tremendously as if it was like just a standalone thing that didn't have any more continuity to it. But yeah, I really like this, and like I said, I think it sets up well for what she's probably going to do next, as what the show tells us. But Colt, what did you think of this?
What a fucking jobless bum, am I right? Am I right?
He's not jobless.
Yeah, fucking.
She still works at the MWA.
Then why is she trying to find a fucking job then? She's a jobless bum.
Because she wants to quit.
Okay.
Yeah, she don't want to live without her belt.
Also, Colt, you got a job like 2 weeks ago.
No, not 2 weeks ago. Not fucking 2 weeks ago. You're insane. You're insane.
Am I?
Yeah, you're insane. You're as insane as Tara is.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's rude.
Yeah, I know.
Anyway. slash IA emote tweak.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, this promo was good. I liked it. It's just more Tara stuff, which I've already said 1,000 times in the past. Like she can make anything, and I'll still be entertained by it because it's still like very unique on its own. So this being a good promo is just kind of like a no-brainer, really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I liked it.
Here's your average.
Here's your average Sarah Guppy Fields promo.
But yeah, we'll get into the the one on the show later on, and I love that promo, so I can't wait to talk about it. But are we good to move into our next Cage promo? The second of the two this week. Yes, this is the one we were alluding to earlier, where we actually see Jacob Cage in a jail cell, and he's tweaking because he doesn't deserve to be there, and he hates candles. What is his beef with candles? Why does this man not like candles?
I have a feeling there's a lot of withdrawal symptoms here.
Probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, he gets let out to make his one call. I really liked it. Was a throwaway line, but I really like the continuity that they go to wireless phones because the man in the orange jumpsuit apparently murdered someone here, which is really funny continuity, and I really enjoyed that. Who else? It was Kev as well, who's canonically in this prison. So apparently Kev went to North Carolina and went to jail there for some reason. But yeah,
who else could detain him?
True. But yeah, what's it called? Like we said, he gets his one call. Obviously, he tries to call Kholoki, but Kholoki doesn't pick up for whatever reason. He didn't even give the reason on the show.
Because he's a shit friend.
Yeah, what a shitty friend Kholoki is.
Kholoki was such Kholoki won the world title and then just decided to become a terrible friend.
Yeah. What the fuck, Kholoki? But yeah, obviously, Cage tries to call him. It doesn't work. He's ready to go back to his cell. But I believe the phone rings. Am I correct in saying that? The phone rings somehow. Who is...
No, it's a piece of paper.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's a note. It's a note that's given to the warden, which is given through the officer to Cage. And it's a note, and it's someone apparently he's not spoken to in a while, he says. We'll get into who that is in a minute, but this was something very uncharacteristic of Cage in this style of promo, but I really, really enjoyed it. I think it helped paint the picture for his also the same way of Terrors, it paint the picture of his story really well. And I'm kind of loving the sort of Cage needs help and will get help.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying this Cage story, but I do have one more quick question about the promo itself. At the end of the promo, you hear someone speak. It sounds like Gavin, but is that Cage? At the very end of the promo.
Let me open it. I just remember I can listen to things now because it will only slightly.
I was going to say because I can't tell if it's Cage saying something or if it's Breezy was recording it and then just unmuted too early and forgot to edit it out.
Let me listen. It sounded like he echoes through it. Yeah, that sounds like Gavin.
I can't tell if that's
I don't think it's intentional.
That's what I'm trying to figure out, if that's an intentional thing or a complete accident. Because it really sounds like him.
It sounded like it was echoing through his mic, so maybe Breezy was recording it. I think that's what it was.
Yeah.
Breezy was probably recording it, spoke, and then with OBS, it doesn't pick up your mic unless you input it. What I'm thinking is he probably didn't have his input on OBS. Told Cage to cut, and then it echoed through Cage's mic probably.
If anyone who was a part of that promo recording, if anyone from that is listening to this, please let us know.
Yeah, confirm or deny.
I am so confused on whether that was an intentional thing or if it was just an accidental audio clip.
Yeah. But yeah, I really like this promo. Like I said, I think it's not characteristic of Cage to do these promos, and I think that makes it even better. I think that makes it cooler that we got this unique little promo from Cage. But yeah, more on to the main topic. Who is this letter from? What's it
Breezy.
called? I think it's Breezy, but he also says in it, I haven't spoken to them in a while, and that I think pertains to the very, very brief time that Breezy was in DDD and stuff, and sort of in that circle.
Yeah.
True.
And that's probably what I think it was, because it's not going to be. I doubt it'll be Bryce, even though he's been in a Discord a lot more. I don't think Bryce has the time, and that's
Cage has been here for a while.
He has.
It could be someone from 2016 and a complete diversion.
Back then, though, he was teaming with Cruz, so
I'll say I don't know who he used to team with or anything.
Cool Buzz
Or who he was associated with.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, this is Cool Buzz's MWA debut. This is how they're gonna build up to it.
How does he
fire.
have the money to bail him out? What the fuck?
But yeah, I could. It's in my head. It's either
Actually-
Breezy or someone from like 2016.
No, it isn't someone from 2016, and do you know why I can tell you that?
Why can you tell me
Well,
that?
unless it is someone who's been active still. Because remember in the last promo when he got bailed out of jail, it was an anonymous benefactor who was on the MWA payroll.
Oh shit, you're right.
So
Yeah.
it's very
Unless
likely
there's someone
Breezy.
secretly on payroll.
It's
That's what I was
Boston.
saying. Unless that, because that would be like a weird angle to take with it. But I think it is just hinting at Breezy getting in
Yeah.
Jacob Cage and him being the final man for the SCS.
Yeah.
Like Colt has been saying, that is the Colt claim, and I'm very much on board. And now I really hope that happens. Please,
Yeah.
not this is fantasy booking, but please let it happen. Please, I'm begging you.
Pretty please.
No, but yeah, I love the way they're building this, especially if it does come to be to be Cage in the SCS with Breezy. But yeah, this is just amazing. I love it. Great story.
I feel like
Yeah.
this is one of the few times where the obvious answer is the right answer.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like a lot of the time in wrestling, I do think a diversion is normally a good shout and always
Yeah.
fun. But this is one of the situations where the obvious answer is the correct answer.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah,
Just
it's like
just because everyone's predicting it doesn't mean it shouldn't happen.
it's like a very recent example, as recent as Friday, where when Punk was cutting their promo, he's like, maybe I could call in a favor to Rhea Ripley. Maybe I could get someone else, and then it ends up being
Yeah.
AJ Lee. It's like, yeah, it could have been those people and thrown us off. But everyone wanted AJ Lee. People were watching for AJ Lee. And
Yeah.
I think essentially it's like people are invested in this story because it will be Breezy and Jacob Cage in the SCS together. And if it's like, I don't fucking know, Reploid, you guys, that's really niche. I don't know if they were even like around together. But if it's someone tremendously niche from like 2016, 17, it probably wouldn't hit the same, especially for the mass majority of the people like who watch, because I feel like a lot of the community weren't active back then, and whoever were, it would sort of feel like Nuck fan servicing himself more than anything, and that's why I don't think he'd do it.
That makes sense.
But yeah, no, I think it's going to be Breezy, and I'm really excited to see the payoff for this. But
Yeah.
that's what I gotta say.
True.
Colt, as
Yeah.
the number one fan of this theory, what are your thoughts?
Giddy.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's Breezy. All signs are pointing to Breezy. I don't know about you,
Yeah.
but I'm thinking this is Breezy, and he's gonna bring Jacob Cage in the SCS, and my
Sure.
fantasies are gonna be absolutely fulfilled. I can't wait to see Jacob Cage in the SCS. I'm locking it in. There's no other fucking answer. This promo,
Yeah.
good promo. I liked it. Aliku's just a fucking terrible friend. We gotta make that clear again. Aliku's a terrible friend. He's a terrible.
Very bad friend.
He's a very bad friend. You know what he did at Heatwave? He made Jacob Cage dress up as fucking Enid from Wednesday.
Yeah.
With the
I
fucking,
will say, if Cage joins the SCS and then goes after Aliku for how he treated him, I'm going to have a difficult time booing
Yeah.
Jacob Cage.
It's a hangman tale of you're a heel but you're justified.
Yeah.
The way I view that relationship right now is, to a degree, Jacob Cage is World of T-shirts, Josh Plot, and then fucking Aliku is Mr. Bass.
My thing is, Aliku very obviously saw his friend needed help. Like, this man is gone. He needs help. And Aliku's response was, "What the fuck? Why you not wrestle?
I need my
I
tag
need you to
partner."
wrestle. What fuck? What is the fuck? Me and my firm will go out there on our own.
Dude,
What's the fuck, Cage?
We should just start.
Like, your friend needs help.
We need to start booing Aliku, like, right now. We gotta start, like, booing Aliku in the crowd and start cheering Jacob
Oh,
Cage.
speaking
This
of,
guy's
like,
justified.
speaking of reacting wrong to things, I keep forgetting that I need to boo Atom.
Yeah,
Because I love him so
Atom
much, I
fucking-
just want to cheer him.
Atom is gold. And
I
especially
struggle
later on.
so much to boo him.
Yeah, he's
Anyway,
so
back to the promos.
Yeah, Aliku, terrible friend.
Bad
yeah.
friend Liku.
I don't have much else to say other than Aliku is a bad friend in kayfabe. But yeah, I'm really excited, and I hope it does lead to Cage and the SCS, because that'd be really cool, and he'd be the funny one in the group. And as we saw, they're a very serious, big group right now, and I like. But yeah, Jacob, you got anything to add before we move on?
I think I've said all I need to about the promo.
Yeah,
I think
same.
it was a fun promo.
Yeah.
Like, it adds to Cage's story a lot more than. It feels like one of the promos that shouldn't just be in promos chat. It feels like it should be added to.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Like, I understand he's not working with MWA anymore, but
Yeah,
I feel it's one. I feel it adds so much context to the story that's going on. It should be added to the YouTube video.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
Like, because if he just comes back after not being here for a while, people who don't watch the promos like this in promos channel, they're not going to understand where he's been and why it's not a surprise if he joins the SCS.
Mhm.
Because like if he just joins the SCS like next week or something, I'm not saying it is going to be next week, but like when he joins the SCS, if people don't watch these promos, it's going to look like he's drank with the Liku, he's disappeared, he's now sober and with the SCS.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah, that's fair. I don't really have anything else to add other than hopefully just enough people like watch the promos, and if not, it's just relayed to the correct degree to where it makes sense if you don't watch promos for whatever reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we're good to move on to our next promo.
Yep.
And this one,
I want to know what those other names were. Sorry.
This one may be the greatest visual promo I've ever seen in promo chat outside of a Terra promo. Because fucking hell, the visuals of this promo are fucking incredible. You know, with like the TV turning on, just a shot of him walking into the camp and stuff. Fucking incredible shit from Kholoki here.
It was beautifully shot.
Speaking of the names though, I've got them up here and I will try and read them to the best. I have terrible eyesight though.
Also, I think they are gibberish, but they're meant to look like other wrestlers' names.
They're blurred out.
No,
They're blurred out.
Yeah, they're
I was going to say they are blurred out, but I also think they're gibberish.
Okay, so the top one I cannot read.
That's Cat Gaming 123.
No, that top
That's the
one is
second
really.
one.
Yeah, Cat's
Oh,
the
wait,
second
is it?
one because
Oh,
the top
is
one
Cat the
is
second
short.
one? Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Cat's the second one. Just
third
above Colt is
Tim
definitely Steve.
Yeah, third Tim Smith, I think.
No, that first word looks too long to be Tim. It looks like taco, but with a second
there's two
name.
words.
Wait, no, hold on. Let me look. I'll look myself.
Yeah, fourth is definitely Steve. Below that, I also
below Jonathan Colt is Wolf and Aleku.
But below Colt, below the one below Colt is Doc Matala, which is really funny. And then the last one is me with a question mark.
Okay, yeah, I'm seeing it like right here. Okay, so the first one's iStem, second one Cat Gaming.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Third one,
Tim
that does. Yep, Tim Smith. And then Steve question mark. Under my name is Wolf and Aliku. Under them is Doc Matala, and then last one's Dobby with a question mark, and then in the middle is my name, red underline.
Maybe he doesn't want to kill me.
So is that the entire list? Also, I find it really funny that like I assumed the kill list was a clipboard, but I love the idea that it's actually just a framed photo.
Yeah, I think that's a funny visual. Yeah, fucking. What can I say about this promo? This is the most
such a good promo,
visually appealing promo I've ever seen. That does like in the Minecraft confines. That is obviously Terra stuff is like outside visually great, but Kholoki's fucking promo here in Minecraft, next to none. This was fucking sensational shit.
Yeah.
It felt like an actual like well produced wrestling, like vignette type of thing.
Yeah.
And it just gave us a really good backstory for what we obviously saw on the show again. And that's his sort of hesitation back then to beat Colt because he thought Colt was, he thought Colt was a little different. But we'll see. Guy. But we'll see. He's making up for the hesitation back then on the show, like I said. But this promo, like I said, fucking fantastic. I want to see so much more of this just because the visuals are top notch. I know it'll probably take a while, but please give me more Kholoki.
This promo sets up something that I actually really want to see. I don't expect to see this because I don't think I don't know how much sense it would make, but it sets up something that I would like to see. I think it'll be really fun to see Kholoki. Shit, I've completely forgot what I was saying.
It was fun to see Kholoki.
Fuck! Give me a minute. Give me a minute. I'll remember it in a minute. Let me take my headphones off. You do keep talking. I'm going to remember this.
Yeah. Okay. Colt, I'll throw it over to you.
What do you want me to say?
I said keep talking, people.
Fuck.
Colt too.
Yeah, this is a good promo. This is a great promo. Even. Yeah, like you said, very visually appealing. Like him walking through the fucking camp with all the fucking soldiers, like even like the soldiers, like I know it probably wasn't intentional, but like the soldiers like looking away from Kholoki is like, I don't know like it's so fucking cool. You know what I mean?
It's so true.
Yeah, it's completely gone. I'm fucked. Guess I'll
No.
die. Loki, add me to your list.
Yeah, that's fair.
Add me to your list for forgetting my idea.
Yeah,
Because I did actually really want to see it, and I was very excited about saying it. When I watched the promo, I was like, oh, this is really fun. I can't wait to talk about this on the podcast.
Yeah.
Guess I'll go fuck myself.
Yeah, that just the visuals of this is what my main takeaway was. Like I said, it's a good build to like the Colt stuff, but just the fucking visuals, wow, it's just so well done.
It was well shot. Really well shot.
Amazingly well shot from Kholoki. And it was, for a short promo, a 2-minute 40 promo, it really didn't feel like that because I was so engrossed in the visuals. And it's sort of like, I was like, I don't understand now. But yeah, no, this was just an amazing promo. I don't have
really well shot.
much else to say other than great shot promo, great visuals. That's what you expect from Kholoki. And that's what also regards to the next one, because he also shot this one. I know because I was a body double in it. But yeah, have you guys got anything to add about this promo before we get on to our second to last one?
Also known as penultimate.
Yeah. And that brings us on then to the Doppel promo, and this is our, this sort of tells us why Doppel wasn't at Heatwave.
Wait, that doesn't say transphobia.
No. That says phasalophobia, which is the fear of deep water.
I have only just realised that doesn't say transphobia. I was really that was going to be the first thing I pointed out, being like, why is it called this? It doesn't make any sense to, as it turns out.
It makes a tremendous amount of sense because we see Doppel just looking over the ring, anticipating their match with Schiff later on in the night. When all of a sudden Schiff, played by yours truly, runs up the stairs and fucking batters Doppel in the back of the head with a crowbar. And then we hear the audio of like Doppel being dragged. I believe Schiff even lets out like a line about like sorry Doppel. I can't remember what it was. But yeah, he says a little line, apologizes to Doppel, and then throws Doppel in the fucking ocean.
Shit,
you fucking nut job, Schiff. What the fuck?
Not much you can do, man.
And then obviously we hear like the water and stuff, and then eventually we see Doppel has washed up on the shore, bloody and battered. Wow, Jesus, the fucking visuals of this the shaders from Kholoki. I'd seen it prior because he was showing me in Doppel. But fucking wow, the way they came across look amazing.
Very beautiful.
Nicely shot.
We see Doppel, with their phone somehow not waterlogged, which I pointed out when we were filming was quite funny. Doppel said it's an Android, and that's why. They get in the tree, and their first thought is to text Cruz instead of me. I would have probably helped more. I'm a very fast texter. As Jacob can confirm, having texted me, and I respond very fast. Fuck. But yeah, what's it called? Doppel makes the text to Cruz, has like a little bit of percent there. So this was a me suggestion. I said, after you text Cruz, you should just use your last percent to try and play Angry Birds and have it die. And that's exactly what they did. And I just love that it's a continuity bit that any chance Doppel gets, they will play Angry Birds. It's just such a funny little running gag at this point.
I wish he didn't leave the island so early and set up a giant slingshot and just played Angry Birds in real life.
He just
Oh, yeah?
fucking slingshots himself to the
Yeah.
fucking
No,
garage.
no. He grabs a bird out of the fucking sky,
Oh,
Wait,
what
what?
loads it into a slingshot.
what is he shooting
I
the
want to
birds
see.
at?
I don't the trees.
How bored have they got?
Very.
What the fuck?
They're on a deserted island.
We don't know how long they were there for. At least like a night, because they slept. It looked like when it was raining, because they made a shelter. Good.
Yeah, they
you
were
know,
I'd
good building.
assume for at
Crying like a
least a
little
week
bitch.
because they
Yeah.
weren't here.
Great
for the
little
show.
build. Yeah, but there is like I'll get into like a bit more on that in a second.
Okay.
Obviously they fall asleep. Then they wake up. They woke up. They build a
I rolled
build
up.
a little raft out of the
Just rolled up.
abandoned wood that is washed up on shore from like other things. I'm presuming.
Me when I
Build a
abandoned
little
the wood.
raft. Sit on said raft, and behind them is the ghost of Jasper talking to him.
What
Wow.
the fuck?
What?
It's wow.
How long did it take this man to go fucking loopy?
I mean, we don't know how long they were floating in the sea for. They probably woke up like concussed. Well, they obviously were concussed. They got hit in the head with a crowbar, and then floated onto land, and then probably were living with it for like a day or two, and then they just hallucinate Jasper being behind them, and that's the end of the promo. But onto what you were saying on the regards of they missed a show, so they probably were out there for a while. The fact that this is called Phasalophobia 1 makes me think there's going to be a second promo at least, where they're on the raft at sea maybe, and we sort of see some like hijinks, maybe where they talk to Jasper like, and then that's their source of like entertainment and like discussion is them having a discussion with like a ghost Jasper on the back of the raft. Maybe they get attacked by a shark or some shit. I think that'd be really fun.
I want him to film an entire promo in the video game Raft.
Hell yeah. My prediction for it is next week's show, they will have they will have a second promo probably on the show if I had to guess.
I could see it being a good cold open. Yeah.
Yeah, a cold open, and then it looked like it's them on the raft, and then they're like, oh, I see something in the distance, and it like, but we still don't see them this week. And then on the go home, Shift comes out for something, and then that's when Doppel finally makes their return, having made it back to like mainland. And then they're like battered, but they also still just want to face Shift for the title. And it sort of plays into what Schiff has been doing in the fact of Schiff is picking off these weak opponents. He faced a drunk Matty, a drunk old washed Matty. He faced a battered old me on this show that we're about to talk about. And then if at the pay-per-view he has a concussed, bloody, weak, starving Doppel in the ring, it just sort of sets up to make him maybe the actual champion, maybe Cass cashes in, something along those lines. But it really plays into his character of this guy is a pure scumbag and he will not fight a full strength opponent. And it is, I think it's a really good continuity.
There is a small detail that I want to see from Doppel that I think wouldn't be too noticed, but I think would add a lot visually. For the next promo, I want to see him take off the 3D layer of the muscle skin.
That would be actually really cool.
Make it look like he's lost a lot of muscle mass. Because he hasn't had any food, hasn't had anything.
Yeah, no food, no workout. That's actually a really good thing.
It will actually, because he has that extra layer, it will look like he has been starving.
Yeah. No,
from a visual standpoint, I think for Doppel that works specifically. Like, if anyone who doesn't have the thick boy skin, I don't think it could work as well. But
yeah,
I think Doppel just the small detail of removing that outer layer. Maybe he's forced to wrestle like a junior heavyweight again. Like he tries to pounce Schiff, and then Schiff just stands there.
That's actually a really good point because
he has to wrestle as a small guy.
That it brings a great parallel to Doppel's like first run back after they returned to XC, where they were really forced out of shape. And they couldn't wrestle in the way they wanted to, so they were like really sloppy with it. I think that would be a really good story to like maybe if you have Schiff win the belt, just have it be like Doppel eventually gets back to full. You know what I think would be really cool? have Schiff win the belt from a really weak Doppel. Have like a month or two defenses. Doppel comes back, like fully muscled up and like fully back to their normal self. Wins the title from Schiff. Is finally going to get their reign back on track, and
Today.
cashes in and takes it from him.
Having Doppel win the belt back at Execution, Cassidy's final day.
No, it'll be before that because unless he does.
You said a month or two.
Oh, you're right. Actually, we're
we are very close to Cassidy's
I'd say a month longest. Then, like, give Schiff a month reign. Give him some good defenses in there because he has been doing weekly ones technically. Give Schiff like a solid little reign, and then a full strength Doppel gets their revenge, but it's ripped away by Cassidy. I think that's a tremendous way to get the heel heat on Cassidy, and that's the way I want the case to be used. I think if we're waiting this long, please let that be the case. It's just a really good, like tie-in because these three obviously they have some like history together.
Yeah, all three of
Cass and Schiff have like a tremendous amount of history. Doppel and Cass obviously have a lot of history outside of the fact of like MWA because they train together technically. And yeah, it just looks like it could be a really really cool long-term story to tell here, and I would love to see that. But yeah, Colt, you have not spoken on this yet, have you?
No. I can speak further. So,
give us your thoughts.
I feel like Nux said it best when he was like, the fact that Doppel couldn't make a show, like they couldn't make the show, and Schiff has turned into like the hottest act in the company is like so fucking refreshing. Like I feel like Doppel not showing up for Heatwave was like the wise choice here because now we got this like long-term story. We got like a very interesting story with like Schiff, like holding hostage of the spotlight title while like Doppel's not there. Like they're fucking away. They're on an island. They're trying to get back as soon as possible so they can reclaim the belt. I feel like this like I know this is all unintentional, but I feel like this was for the better. I would say like this whole storyline.
I want to see people come to the aid of not Doppel, but like, come to the defense of the honor of the Spotlight Championship, if that makes sense. Like, even if they don't like Doppel personally, they're coming to the aid of the championship because Schiff didn't earn it and he's disrespecting the belt, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I think that could be a fun way to fill Schiff's time while we get through the story of Doppel traveling back.
Yeah, that gives you like a lot of cool people to, if we do run that story, go for it. Like Avery, I think she could do it in a way that it still makes her character look unjustified. Feywind, obviously, he is touted as like one of the best Spotlight champions ever, maybe D, depending on who you ask.
Fuck off.
Did I stutter? And then what's it called? And then like it's just sort of everyone sort of like going after the belt they helped make big, and then Schiff is doing what they see as disrespectful. I think it is a really cool story to tell there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd love if that's the path they take with it, and especially the path with Cassidy.
I love being able to fantasy book this specifically because it's like publicly known that this story was changed on the fly at Heatwave.
Yeah.
So there is no precedent for what can happen in this story.
Yeah.
So there's no obviously they have their previous history of what they've built up, but at this point, it's all literally anything could happen.
Yeah.
And it's a very refreshing feeling, and I'm very excited for what happens with this because we've all pitched different things, multiple different things each. And I guarantee you, none of it's going to happen, and it's going to be something completely different that's just as fucking good.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully.
So I'm very excited.
Yeah, I'm really hoping we get some cool continuity shit with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't have anything else to add. Do you guys have anything to add before we get onto our last promo here?
Cool.
Promo, I say. That brings us on to Vox's notes. This, of course, is in regards to on the show because Vox is ringside for Atom versus Hironaka, and he is taking notes. And Colt, I know you love reading stuff out, but can I please be the one to read this?
Quickly, before we get into it, he wrote fuck all notes.
Yeah,
he wrote less notes than we write. when we used to do the
Yeah.
Back to the Future stuff.
Yeah.
True.
He's gotta
Yeah.
take notes on. He's literally gotta take notes on our notes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Bro needs to take notes on notes.
Let me
yeah.
send you my notes. Take notes on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is his notes from the match. Am I cool to read them out, Colt?
Yeah. You
I
can
love
go
this
ahead.
one.
You can go ahead.
Fuck yeah. Okay, so the first note goes, Atom wrote something about death matches in his book. It's probably not important, even though he's currently in a death match. Runs his theme back. Who does he think he is? A less talented Jey Uso? Is Jey Uso now canon? Apparently.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah.
That title looks like shit. I miss Tara's belt. I never thought I'd say that.
I
You know what?
agree.
Me too, bro. Me too.
Me too, bro. Me too.
I do not like Vinny's belt. No disrespect to Vinny. I think that belt is fucking horrendous.
I think the purple looks nice.
Yeah.
But what the fuck is that strap?
Yeah, that strap-
I think
horrendous.
Vinny said that like the belt is supposed to look shit on purpose because the belt strap itself is from like a Yakuza game, and the texture on like the jacket, I think it was like a jacket texture for like one of the Yakuza characters, and like I think he
Yeah.
said that like one of the first things like one of the characters get told, I don't remember, like the one who wears that fucking jacket, the one with on the fucking leather strap, like they get told it looks like shit. So I think
Yeah.
the belt just looks like shit on purpose, but that doesn't, like it, like yeah, maybe it's shit on purpose, but it's still shit regardless. What the fuck? Oh
Yeah.
my,
Yo,
My
Podcast time.
My-
Colt, it's time to record the
Yeah.
podcast.
my
Podcast
podcast
time,
alarm
Carl.
went off. My
Guys,
podcast,
Carl.
it's podcast time, Colt. We're
Colt,
recording
you gotta
this
go
early,
record
by
the
the way.
podcast, Colt.
my podcast alarm went off because we usually record like fucking 5 minutes.
Yeah.
5 minutes from now.
We
And we are 50 minutes into this bad boy.
Yeah.
Big.
All right.
Well,
Good thing we
47 to be
recorded early then.
specific, but
All right. Continuing on. Continuing on.
But yeah, and he then goes, did Hironaka always have a man bun? Ponytail? Whatever, same thing. If so, that explains a lot about him. What does that mean? Does that
What
mean
the
Breezy?
fuck?
Does that mean Breezy also sucks by his ideas? Didn't Jacob also used to have a man bun?
I used to have a man bun.
I was gonna say.
No,
It
you
was
know what
blue.
Vox is saying? Vox
And a
is saying
ponytail.
that man buns and ponytails, they're for the queers.
But I had both of those things.
He queer.
And at one
Maybe,
point, it was blue.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm the straightest man in the MWA.
Well,
I don't know, man.
I don't know about all
I don't know
that.
about all that.
No.
Did I ever tell you guys that it was meant to be canonized at one point that I was bisexual?
I think you did, yeah. I think you
Yeah.
told me at least. Yeah.
That's what I
And then
forgot.
then he goes, you tell him, Atom. Atom being smart. No, not the book, you sick fuck. Book is down. I say again, book is down. This, of course, after the lariat with the man at the moment, where Atom then grabs the book immediately and starts checking the pages just to see if it's okay. I love that.
It's fucking creased.
Oh, I have a question. He had a second pen, correct? Because I was going to say, how is he
Yeah.
still taking?
He had a second pen. It was mentioned on commentary that he had a
Yeah.
second pen.
Yeah, because what's it called? Hironaka gets out the ring and is like, "Hey Vox, can I borrow your pen for a minute?" And Vox says, "Oh yeah, sure, here you go." And then he immediately notes down, "I should really stop giving people my pen." Good note. I agree with that one, Vox. Then he says, "Man, this chair is comfortable," which I'm presuming is meant to say comfortable. It was a steel chair. I doubt it was comfortable. And then after he gets, I can't remember what move it was Vinny did to him. Was it a boot?
Big boot.
Big
Big boot
yeah.
over the barricade.
He has his book in the crowd and he goes, "Ouch, that hurt." Then he goes, "What the hell did I do to him? It's not like we were part of a no longer existing faction." Oh wait,
Hironaka was
time.
barely a part of that.
A long-term storytelling though.
The Lotus just had a fucking sprinkling of Hironaka.
I like when he somehow gets hill heats in his notes here, where he just immediately goes, "I should get something to eat after this. Hopefully, I can find something that's not deep fried." Very true. A lot of stuff in Scotland gets deep fried, and then immediately more hill heat because he goes, "I need a drink. Anything but iron brew." God, that shit is so.
He
hot.
misfucking spells it.
Yeah, it's iron BRU for future reference.
IRNBRU.
Yeah. God, that shit is so arse. No wonder we don't import it to the States. Fuck you. Iron Brew is great.
Boom. Iron Brew
and then
fucks.
Then ends the notes by going, "Atom is dead. I should help him. I'm going to have blood on my suit." Fuck, I just got it cleaned. I like how many of these notes are just not like pertaining to Adam at all, and it's just Vox's like his.
The only thing to do with the match is not the book, you sick fuck.
And then also Atom is smart. This is fucking gold. This is exactly what I needed to see from like Vox's character. This is what I needed to see him being silly. I love it. This was fantastic from Vox.
I am starting to come around on Vox because of this story.
It makes me care about him more that he's just like a really dense motherfucker because it makes him and Atom perfect for each other.
Yeah.
In the fact that these guys are tremendously stupid and like they match each other's vibes so well. I love these notes. This was fucking amazing. Most of my thoughts were said as I said the individual one. So, but yeah, this is great. Colt, what did you think as the resident Vox enjoyer?
I love this. I'm so like this shit got like 15 fire reactions. The last time something got 15 fire reactions was from fucking April 27th, which was fucking Jacob's Adventures of a Drunk Failure, where he cut that like fucking real life promo. Yeah, the real life promo.
That's funny.
Oh yeah. That's something crazy.
Yeah, this is like some great stuff from Vox. I keep saying it, but I'm so glad Vox is in like a prominent position again, because like he was really struggling to like find himself with like the Wanderer. Like you can't say like the Wanderer character because like he was just trying to like find himself, but like the promos he were doing was just kind of like a really bad point in like the promos channel, but like unironically, this may be the like I know it's not like a promo, but this may be like his best work. You know what I mean?
Yeah, this is fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I enjoyed this so much more than spooky.
Yeah.
Guys.
He needs to play into the just into the goofy shit because when you're working with Atom, you need to play into the goofy shit because Atom is the funniest wrestler on the roster, and I will take no questions about it. I think Atom,
you won't get no arguments, buddy.
I was gonna say personally, I think Atom is funnier than Aliku because he intends his humor, and I feel like a lot of Aliku's is just like unintended, but it's really funny.
I feel that's a bit of an insult to Aliku because a lot of what Aliku does is like planned to be comedy.
Yeah, but it's also like I feel like it's never intended to the degree that he does it, and it just makes it 10 times funnier. But the way Atom's character is, he's just such a fucking loser, and he always delivers it so well, especially with the promo late on in the show. We'll get into it more, but he's just a fucking comedy genius. He is so funny. And
it's so fucking good. I love it so much.
If you're like aligned with him, you sort of need to match that vibe, and I think Vox did the perfect thing here with this little promo. I need to see more of this.
Desperately want a promo where someone tries to call Atom and he's recorded a new voicemail. It's Nick. No.
Please leave message after the tip. Hooray!
Yeah. Like, awesome. That wouldn't be so much funnier.
It would be really funny. But
well, he gets Vox to record it for him.
Hello, this is Atom, as voiced by Vox Populi.
He just reads the entire fucking book.
He reads it like a fucking audiobook, and it's like, Man of the Moment, as voiced by Vox Populi.
He reads it like he's an AI character.
AI Vox. No, yeah, I love Vox playing into the humor, and I think he needs to do it to like because that makes him must watch, especially with Atom. I don't want him to get overshadowed by Atom's like humor, and I think him doing little things like this just serves to like help him really, really well in the long run.
I was gonna say if he keeps doing stuff like this, I don't think he will become like the most over person on the roster, obviously, but I think doing stuff like this adds to the humor instead of like it benefits him and Atom, but it benefits him because it's benefiting Atom, if that makes sense. Okay, like right now I see him as an accessory to Atom, which I don't think with the roster we have, I don't think that's a bad spot for Vox to be in.
Yeah,
because I don't see him doing much else.
It's like making Atom must see. By proxy makes Vox must see because he's always aligned
Yes.
with him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think the more that the pair just like gets more over, it's just gonna help both of them in the long run. But yeah, I don't have a lot else to add. Colt, what about you?
No, I don't got nothing else to add. I love my Vox Populi. That's my Shayla. My Shayla.
My jailer.
My
A tribal
Shayla.
chief.
A tribal chief, Vox Populi. But yeah, I think
Main event Vox Populi.
that's all we gotta say before we get technically into the show. Because we have a cold open. We good to go?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah! That brings us on to our cold open.
Deliver us!
More comedy gold as Tara goes to church, and she's praying at the altar. There's so many good lines in here that crack me up so fucking bad. One of them was a me suggestion, and that was I don't know, I think she had it planned before, but I said she should do this. When the fucking the priest guy walks up and is like, "Little guppy, why must you cry?" And she's like, "Oh hi, Dad. I mean, Father." I said she should do that, and the fucking delivery is 10 out of 10. But yeah, she's like trying to find her purpose. She prays at the altar, and then she's like, "Can I have some of that grape juice?" Of course, we're referring to wine.
The blood of
They
Christ.
share the wine. They share wine. Yeah, the blood of Christ.
Like I say, I just gotta quickly go grab a drink. I'll be right back.
And then the
Gonna go
body
get
of
some blood.
Christ, which is bread.
He's gone to get some. He's gone to get some blood of Christ, Colt.
Yeah. He's gonna get the body of Christ too, some bread.
I'd love if you walk back with a fucking loaf of bread. That'd be so good. Yeah, then she's like, "Do I have to pray to Jesus and God?" And he's like, "You can pray to anyone." I like how the guy refers to her as Gup here.
Young Guppy.
What's it? Young Guppy. Yeah, she's like, "Dear Santa Claus, I have been a good Guppy. Please help me find my purpose, and also bring me a pony for Christmas. Don't forget about the pony. Amen. Hallelujah. Inshallah." I asked her about it after the fact, and she's like, "Oh yeah, inshallah was totally on the fly." And the fact that she said fucking inshallah in a church killed me off. That shit, I couldn't stop. Like, my segment was right after this, and I had to like compose myself. Oh my god, he actually did. He actually did. He's got the blood of Christ.
Wait, does he? Wait, I gotta fucking
Look,
see this. Wait,
blood
what's
of
this?
Christ.
Oh
Blood
my
of
god,
Christ.
he's got the blood of Christ!
Yeah. We were joking about it, and he actually did it. Hell yeah. Yeah, we got onto the part where she's like finishing up her prayer, and then she says,
Inshallah!
"Inshallah." That what's it called? Like I said, my segment was right after, and I had to like compose myself because fucking got me yelling "Inshallah" in a church, like had me dying.
I love Guppy Fish so much.
But yeah, then we see the fucking priest tries to pickpocket her. She fucking crashes out, screams at him, and beats the shit out of him.
Understandably!
Justified, yeah. But she's like, "You're meant to be good, you're meant to be holy." And then what's it called? He's like, "Another church can help you." And then she's like, "Where am I meant to find another church?" Wait a minute. I know who to go to. Promo ends.
And then everyone in the chat yells, "Run, Dobby, run!"
What's they fuck me for? Bro's doing like the actual wine tasting bullshit. Swallow that shit, swallow that shit. No, in the glass, not in your mouth.
Hawk 2 into the glass.
No, that's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. No, but this promo was fucking gold. I was the one who recorded like the clips, but she didn't do any of the promo stuff live, and a lot of like the raw files is just her being like, "Oh god, I'm so nervous to record the lines for this," and then it fucking because Cass played the priest as well. So like all of it was just like behind the scenes guiding, Cass to come in and do shit. And then Tara was just fucking tweaking the entire time. It was so funny. And then for it to come out this good
emote tweak
was like incredible. She wanted to do tweak at the altar. But yeah, this was just so fucking funny. And I love that it's just Gut trying to find her purpose now. 10 out of 10, no notes. So funny. Give me more, thank you. Jacob, what did
Indeed.
you think?
Amazing promo. I love this. I'm also very excited for where this leads. Because knowing exactly who she goes to, you may have heard me sing 2 words at the beginning of this promo when we started talking about it. I think I know who she's going to.
Give me
Deliver us, bum bum, da da da, deliver us, bum bum, to the promised land.
That was my response in the group chat when I heard that.
It Kyle,
Look in the group chat.
not Cardova.
Yeah, not Kyle. I think he means me. But yeah, it's like I think that is that or like fucking Kenna is somehow on the
Atom,
roster.
maybe.
Still. Maybe Atom. That could be a good future at Atom. We haven't seen Kenna. The whole church maybe on the MWA contract. Maybe she wants all of us. Fucking handicap match. The church versus Terra. No,
Fire?
but yeah,
Question mark.
I'm very excited to see
Hold
like
up, his
where
writing
this
is fire?
goes. Not just rain, it's fire. I'm very excited to see where this like expands now because she's like still nuts, but like a different flavor of nuts now.
Ikuku.
And I know Gup doesn't like talking in promos, but she needs to do it more because this was
Yes,
fucking
I agree.
hilarious. The way she vocalized some of the lines here, 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Please give me more because that was so fucking funny.
I'll say Gup was great before. She is now greater.
Yeah, this level of promo elevates her. But yeah, Colt, what did you think?
This was golden. I fucking love this. This is just fucking awesome. This is like, I think in my opinion, a top 3 Guppy promo ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'd say it has to go. The world will end on that's number 1. And it will be Shiv's fault. That's easily number 1. The greatest Guppy promo of all time. Then it's this.
Yeah.
It was free.
Then it's that one random thing she said during a tag match. Like just in like second chat in the quotes.
She said a lot in second chat.
Yeah.
It's just everything she's ever said in second chat. Ever.
No. That one thing she said during that tag match and takeoff.
I do not remember.
Yeah, I'm being very unspecific.
What the fuck?
I only remember little things like when she says fucking what that means to pop me.
Yeah, that
was not in takeoff.
I do need to. I don't know if we spoke about it that much on the podcast, but I love her like little second chat shit she says during the
it's so good
during her matches and during her segments. They are so funny.
It's just to pop the boys. She'll always just do it to pop the boys mid like fucking promos and shit.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just I'm just very excited to see this next iteration of Terra because this was gold. This is a great setup for whatever she does next. Fuck yeah. But yeah, I
hope she murders Dobby.
What the fuck? What did I do?
Maybe Adam will try to save her. She's gonna be the third person in
I can fix her.
Look, lady. Yeah. What?
Atom teaches Guppy Fish to read.
Do you have any thoughts, Colt, before we move on?
I don't have any other thoughts other than this fucking rules, and I want more of it.
I agree. Oh yeah, Jacob, we good to move on?
Yep.
That brings us on to the actual show opening because Mr. Schiff comes out with his.
Oh, perfect! It's Dobby. That means I can.
I'm Dobby. What the fuck? What the fuck?
Oh, he's going.
I'm gonna kill him and then also myself. Anyway, Schiff head, bald, belt. Here he is. Hello, Schiff. He's gloating about murder. He murdered Doppel. Why'd you do that, buddy? What the fuck? Well, he thinks he murdered Doppel. We later find out in the promos chat, Doppel is alive and on an island, or probably in the sea right now. But that brings out a little angry Dobby, and Jacob's back. Hi, Jacob. He's got more. Whoa. We'll wait for him to sit down before we get onto this. Take your time. How's your guys' day going? Answer an MWA chat. Right, okay. He can kill himself. Anyway. So me, I'm going to leave when he his things up later. I hope he knows that, right? Anyway, yeah. So I come out. I'm very injured. I'm hurt. Oh, I'm dead, bro. I'm dead. So I come out, and then I'm like, hey, fuck you. You killed my best friend. Yeah. Sorry, he just thrown me off tremendously.
Hey guys.
Fuck you. Yeah. So I am hurt, and I'm like, ow. You killed my best friend. I want to kill you, and I'm dead. So bad idea. And then Shift, he comes out. I mean, he's already out. He's like, hey, that's funny. I'll beat your ass in the main event. Yeah.
The main event?
The main event. I didn't know we were the main event. I thought we just had a really long show because we were like segment 6. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess it's a late segment, and then we'll have like an actual main. No, our match was main, and I didn't expect that until
Holy moly.
And I'm like, hell yeah. Yeah, I don't have anything to say because I was in this. What did you guys think? Outside viewer guys.
It was fun.
Okay.
It was a good little promo.
Yeah.
I like Dobby's like little character trait that he showed in this promo.
Died.
Because it's something we've seen before, but I don't think in this capacity, where Dobby's like outright going out of his way, no matter what condition he's in, to stick up for his friends.
Like my friends.
I think it's a cool little character trait that we got to see a bit more of here.
Died.
I think the promo itself was fine, but the character development of Dobby in this and the like Shift showing his state of mind.
That faction.
In this promo, I think those were the two key highlights of it for me, and it was less about the actual promo itself.
Yeah. I think that's fair.
I mean, I thought this promo
yeah.
just served its purpose. You know, it
Yeah.
set up for our main event. So yeah, it did its job. So I like it.
Okay. I don't
I
have much
regret-
else to add. I agree. I said I regret and then immediately drinks more. No, but yeah, I think it was fine. I was here. Hello. Yeah, I don't have anything else to add really. I was pretty happy with it. It was a solid setup for the main event. Yay. We guys good to
Yay.
move on to our
Yes.
first match tonight.
Finally, we can talk about fucking matches now. Oh my god.
We're here.
Colt just really wants to talk about wrestling,
Yeah.
and I'm glad we're getting into like the most technical match of the night straight away, because that's just
Okay.
what really intrigues Colt.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if I would call this the most technical match.
I would. It was a technical masterclass.
Mm,
It was the most entertaining match of the night, though.
yeah.
Not the best match, but most entertaining.
Yeah.
Even then, I think the same match was entertaining, and there's one match that's a standout tonight. Let's be real. In every regard. But yeah, this was of course Hironaka's.
Can I say most fun?
Yeah.
I guess.
Oh my god, go fuck yourself.
Justifiable. But I think everything about the 6-man is just
Yeah, that's fair.
everything.
6-man fun.
True.
Yeah, this is Hironaka versus Atom Hironaka's first defense. We see his new ugly ass belt. He runs back his theme to grab the belt. What a loser! What a mark!
Vinny, do you want us to cut that out of the video?
Was that intentional?
Was that part of the plan?
No, that was on purpose. That was on purpose.
And then we actually had to cut that out as well.
I love the idea that he talks like that during his match calls.
He just gets really into character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because no one here's ever got too much into character, right?
Dr. Lariat! Bump and feed.
Bump and feed. Yeah, it's like the way it's words are hard. He comes out, gets his belt. Match begins. There's some fun little things in here. Of
I feel all the memorable spots of this match we covered during the Vox promo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vox, like I said, Vox was great at ringside.
Yeah.
As far as spots go, they had the book bump which you spoke about earlier, the book lariat thing.
Tax.
As I say, Atom fucking sits out on the tax with the atom bomb, tax in the arse. Ow. Yeah, I don't remember like a tremendous amount of the spots from it. It was a fine match. It was just.
So I wouldn't call this a good match, but it was fun.
It was
Like,
fun, yeah.
I think this match did what it needed to do for the show.
Yeah.
Like, it didn't add anything to the show. It didn't take away anything from the show. It built the relationship between Vox and Atom.
It was a solid first defense.
I was going to say, and it was a fun match.
It was a
Yeah.
3-star sports entertainment classic.
I wouldn't go that high.
2.87.
I was going to say, I'd call it a solid 2.5, but that's not like an insulting one. It's just like, it's not memorable.
Yeah, I'm not
I think if there was a 3-star match, I could remember it. But if you ask me in a month about Hironaka versus Atom for the TV championship on Unleashed,
yeah,
I don't think I could tell you anything.
Okay.
Alright, I'll ask you on October 7th, 2025.
Bet
if you actually remember,
on the
continuity.
on the podcast on Sunday the 5th of October, ask me.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have a lot else to add. I really like the tax spot. That was funny.
Tax.
Yeah,
I think this match showcased Atom's character
Yeah,
more than it showcased anything else. Like, the actual match itself showcased his character. I'm quite sad that Hironaka didn't get his, like, grotesque violence final hardcore match, but
yeah, that's
I
fair.
mean, he did a Gonzo bomb into the fucking tax, which is like, you know, getting.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he stabbed him in the tongue with a pen, which is why
yeah, that spot was fucked.
why Atom will be speaking in a certain way later on in the night. It was fine. It was a fine match. It did what it needed to. That's the way I see it. A lot of tonight was like very character worky, except for the 6-man, which I think was just objectively a fantastic match. But otherwise, I think every other match sort of was a character match.
The opening to the match was the roll-up spot. And I bring that up for a reason, so I can call back to it later in the show.
I forgot about that. Yeah, no, I really don't have anything else to add, to be honest. I think it was a fine match, to be honest.
Yeah.
To be honest, too much. Colt?
Yeah, this was hype. It was alright.
Is I?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that us good to move on then, I guess?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that brings us on to DDD backstage. We have Wolf and Aliku discussing, first of all, Cage's arrest. Where Aliku's like, I got the call, but I couldn't answer it. Doesn't give us a reason why, but he just couldn't answer it, apparently.
Why couldn't you answer? Busy!
Give us a reason, Aliku. We need to know why you're not answering.
Also, how did he get his hair back to blonde so quickly?
He spent
getting dye out of your hair is fucking difficult. I know from experience. That shit takes time.
Aliku's talented in different ways. You know, getting hair dye out of his hair, apparently, is one of them.
Especially when it's like that black.
Yeah. We also see like a little bit of a more serious side to Wolf here, which is immediately retconned like in the match after. But I digress.
Yeah.
He calls out Cassidy, and he's like, "This is no HR bullshit. We have like a score to settle. Why don't you put your briefcase on the line?" Interesting. Please, I love Wolf. Please don't have her lose the case to Wolf, because I don't think Wolf is ready for the Spotlight division.
I'm gonna be a very angry man on this podcast if something happens.
Yeah, I also think with Wolf doing the job he does, I don't think it would make sense for him to win anything like that, because there is that chance where he could just go. And then you have to retcon all of that and find a way to work around it.
Yeah,
as much as I love Wolf, I just don't think, with the position he's in his real life, I just don't think he should win anything like that unless it's planned to be short.
I don't think it's happening.
Yeah, like, I don't think he wins, but
if it happens, it's an oversight in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it would lead to a fun match.
Hell yeah.
Well, Five time?
You won't be
We'll
6
get-
time like Maddie though, unfortunately.
Damn.
No, he gets longest reign. I get 5 time.
Well, he gets 6 time.
No. We discussed this. I get most reigns.
Uh-huh.
He gets longest.
Did you agree on that? Did you all agree on that?
That's in my contract. And yes, me and Matty agreed on it.
Okay, all
Hey,
right.
can I
have
join and
5
like
time.
die in the ring? Can I die in the ring like Masawa?
Yeah, you can. We can have Jacob
Sick,
kill you.
thanks. Okay, sick. Thanks.
Again.
Yeah. Once again, off topic. Yeah, I like seeing a little bit of a more serious side to. Obviously, I love Bunny Wall because that's what Wall thrives at. But I did like a little bit of him seriously calling out Catalan that we need to settle this once and for all. Good thing.
I heard at least
Aliku,
to Wolf having a serious match.
yeah, and then like one serious match. No Kool-Aid, no shenanigans, and then that's like officially the end of him and Cassidy's story.
Yeah.
And Aliku was also here, is what I can say for this segment.
Yeah.
Really, he got his hair dye out, let Wolf talk essentially, and then he went, I must go now to go and visit Jacob Cage. Thanks, Wolf.
So you don't answer his call?
And he also walks the wrong way. He goes towards the fucking bathrooms. There's no exit that way,
Champions
buddy.
locker rooms and the
I was
bathrooms.
gonna say you're walking towards a sofa, the bathrooms, and the champions locker room. I don't think he's over there, buddy. You
Bro,
have
just
to go
assumed
to
his vat of milk was still there.
Is it like a fucking Mario pipe to him? He just goes in and he appears wherever he wants to.
Anywhere that also has milk.
You know, new continent. New continent. He just fucking appears in like a supermarket. Imagine like some little kid opens the door, gets some chocolate milk, and a liquid just fucking bursts out. He's like, "Thank you for opening that door. I was in there for 7 days."
Imagine it's just like Augustus Gloop, like flopping out of the chocolate.
Jesus. Yeah, Aliku really didn't do anything tremendous for me in this segment. It was a fine little
was
thing
there.
to talk about. He was there. This was obviously a wolf focus segment,
Yeah.
which I enjoyed. But yeah, Aliku was there as well. That's all I really want to say. Yeah, it was a fine little segment. It gave us good continuity and built something for next week. That's all I really want to say. Jacob?
Yeah. I mean, you've covered everything. This
Yeah,
promo didn't do much.
Yeah.
It set something up for next week, or set something up for a story that could end up at the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it did its job. Continued the Cage story.
yeah.
I don't think it did much for Aliku.
No,
Which, like, is quite sad considering what Aliku's just done. Like he's just won. He won the world title like 2 months ago, and now he's relegated to background character in Wolf promo.
Yeah. He just doesn't feel important. I feel like he got what he needed to, and then he's sort of just not being given anything currently.
Yeah.
He
I mean,
knows
I'm
that.
not to say he won't be doing anything, because I'm presuming Nuck has stuff in plan because he gave him the world title, so he probably has something in plan for a little. But I was like, right now it doesn't feel like it feels like the curse of what was like ever present in not quite the Heatwave Hex, but the former MWC World Champion Hex, in the fact of when Milky was booking, every time someone would drop the belt, they just sort of go missing for a while. I think about when I dropped the title to Nat, I was basically missing in action from pay-per-views for 2 months straight. There was, I think, someone before me. Obviously, Taka retired, so it's not that's not like a fair one. But was it Nat? I believe Nat went missing from the shows for a while.
I went missing when I dropped the belt to Aliku.
Yeah,
I was gone that week.
It was that whole week. Yeah.
That makes me sound like such a cunt, but I was.
Yeah, no, but to the more degree, it feels like once someone drops the world title, it's always sort of a hard bounce back for them, and this is no exception, I think.
Yeah, it feels like, and this isn't like a complaint at bookers, because it's every booker's done it. Yeah. Once you drop the world title, you don't know what to do with people because they were just world champion. You don't want to drop them down somewhere.
Yeah.
So I feel like after someone drops a world title, they need a personal feud that doesn't have anything to do with the belt or anything. Like, it's not like, oh, they've lost the world title, they're now going to this division.
Yeah.
They've lost the world title. Now they're focusing on personal shit, which I think could lead to this for Aliku with the whole cage thing. I just think it could have been done sooner instead of him being in the tag match.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, it's like the way what's it called? I like what we did with Tetsuya in BPW. I know I am Tetsuya, but I like the angle we took for the I dropped the title to Colt or JML in character, and then it still carries on, but it's gone beyond like title replicate. You know what I'm trying to say? Words. It's gone way beyond the title. And it's just sort of all these personal feuds come together. You obviously had Shinji and Kenny, me and Colt, and then Man in the Orange Jumpsuit who just wanted to kill people, and then Jacob who was bald.
I wasn't bald in that match.
You're also bald.
No, I'm not. Fucking look at me, cunt.
Well, you were bald in the build to it.
Yeah, you're right. Look at all this hair, bro.
But it's like I feel like Tetsuya wasn't lost after that, and I feel like it was a big feud that like kept him important, and of course it like didn't give us a world title match at the pay-per-view, but we made up for that because Colt and Avery had a banger the week after, and I think it just served to like help out, like help your top stars or like your former world champions looking like what they were, and then
what happens to someone after they lose the world championship? I think it's something that needs to be planned ahead more. If that makes sense.
I agree with that.
Like you plan what happened. Like you plan how they lose the belt because that's like the big important bit.
Yeah.
But I feel what happens to them after is very much an afterthought. Oh shit, we need to book them.
Yeah. Yeah. That's my main gripe with it. I know there's like there was like a lot of thoughts on Aliku, being world champion, or like rather the fact that like he won it and then after he dropped it, like we've been saying, he's doing nothing, and then like there's been chat of like, oh, people didn't think Aliku was worthy, but you did. So why are you not giving him more to work with after losing the world title? Make him look like an actual member of the make him look like someone who we should care about, someone important in the landscape of MWA. Is what I feel
saying that I don't care about Aliku right now is the best way to describe it.
Yeah, he's just not doing anything that intrigues me.
Yeah,
I feel like he'll get his personal feud with Cage, but I feel like he doesn't need to do nothing and be in limbo. In the
because it does feel like we're just waiting for it to happen at this point.
Yeah, that's the way it seems to me as well.
Yeah, we're just sort of lying in wait, and I'm very excited for when it does happen.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, but like, it doesn't need to be just nothing happening in the meanwhile.
He doesn't need to feel like a background character.
Even if you give him, even if it's not on the pay-per-view itself, even if you just give him like a couple week feud on the show that like culminates like fucking Kholoki and Tim did, just give him something like that sort of like gets him something to do while you finish off the Cage story, finish off that part of the Cage story rather.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think Aliku, he's a good funny character. And he'll bounce back from probably when he does Cage shit. But, right now, no real appeal to him for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't got anything else to add. You guys got anything to add before we move on to Wolf's match?
Nope.
We move on to Wolf's match, which had no problems in the slightest.
None at all.
Nothing that ended up with a ref doing fucking Sasuke specials for no one in particular.
While being struck by lightning.
Yeah, while being struck by lightning.
I don't know who it was that was striking him with lightning mainly, but when I saw someone smiting Taco, I decided to test out if I had permissions to do it, and turns out I do. So I also smited him a few times, but I don't know who the main person was.
I like to think it was Boston, because Boston is a god and likes thunder and shit. But
I assumed it was just Nuck.
Probably. It was probably just Nuck.
Nuck likes a little smite every now and then.
He do love smiting his homies. Anyway, the match itself, Wolf, serious promo, immediately then comes out with fucking 2 Kool-Aid men. I didn't know there was 2 Kool-Aid men in the first place.
I can almost guarantee you why he came out with them. I don't think it was Wolf's idea. I think Kholoki asked him to go out with them so he could kill them.
Can I
Get
quickly
it with
do this?
Revelations.
Yeah, I genuinely think Kholoki went, can you come out with like some people that mean like some mascots or something
Yeah.
so he could come out and just kill them?
You know what I want to see now? I want to see it be tremendously stupid, but there be some continuity where like someone's like jumped Wolf after a match. Aliku's gone feuding with Cage. Wolf is all alone, and he just says "Oh no" 3 times. Fucking Kool-Aid Man bursts through the wall, says "Oh yeah," and
Oh yeah,
like Bloody Mary, just saying like
Exactly.
oh no, and
Like-
then fucking
oh yeah. Okay, guys, I have a gimmick idea for Tim Smith.
just like verbatim this.
Yeah,
Like, mid-match, just burst through the wall, fucking saves Wolf. That would be really stupid.
I need to see an Unleash like match graphic, and it's just like Kholoki in a handicap match against the 2 Kool-Aid
this is
men.
the Kool-Aid Man.
And
Please,
the fucking
what I
renders are
want.
just like just 2 images of like 2 PNGs of the fucking Kool-Aid man with a big smile.
Kholoki hits them with one move and they just fucking shatter
I was
because
gonna say,
they're
they
made
were
of glass.
Fucking ref stoppage because they died. But what's
That's
it
not
called?
blood all over the canvas. It's just Kool-Aid.
It's just Kool-Aid.
Yo, I gotta
I mean,
make
it's
that into
their
a match
blood.
graphic. I gotta do that in the fucking post editing.
Fuck yeah. That's their blood technically, but
Oh yeah.
Onto the match itself, it was fine. I liked that Wolf used the Kool-Aid as like a almost like an acid attack in the fact that
This
it
had the
burnt
same opening as
Kholoki.
the match before.
It did the roll-ups, like you said. It was like, what's it called? Kholoki basically got acid attacked with fucking what was it in that fucking Kool-Aid, Wolf? Jesus.
Bitch.
The high sugar content just got to Kholoki because he'd been at war for so long and didn't have sugar. It was a fine match. There was some cool stuff. I like that Wolf sort of looked like a threat to Kholoki for a bit of this. And like Kholoki had to put his foot on the ropes, and eventually it pissed off Kholoki so bad that he had to resort to, I think, 4
Just murder.
like 4 suplexes because he did.
Yeah.
I believe he locked in the Hellbent, hit 1 Heaven Bound, a second, and then a third, and then finished it off with the Heaven's Ascension to win.
Yeah.
And then it just sort of like looked like Kholoki's like, all right, fuck this, I'm gonna kill you now.
My biggest complaint with this match is when they came back, they had to restart from the beginning
Yeah.
instead of just continuing from where they left off. I think it complete. I don't mind the fact that like I don't mind restarting at all, but it's the fact that they restarted when they had a very similar opening to the match before.
Yeah.
Meaning we saw that same spot 3 times in the first like 30 minutes of the show. It just, until we got to the stuff we hadn't seen, it killed all momentum of it for me, and I just didn't really get invested.
That's fair.
So I was like rewatching it, I was like, I know exactly what's going to happen here because they just did it.
Yeah, it's like I get why they wanted to restart because it probably like threw them off like a lot. But like if it came to it, I could like just cut it to where they died because I have done it. Excuse me, with like Avery and Faywin at Retribution. Yeah, it's like it didn't take away from the match tremendously for me. I just think it was a fine match overall. It made Wolf look like a solid not a contender, but like a solid wrestler. It made Kholoki look strong, and it sort of did what it needed to for me.
I don't like the fact that Wolf immediately resorted to cheating, where everyone was like, "Is that legal?"
Yeah, that's
I'm not huge on Wolf like doing that immediately.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
I mean, it was funny though.
It was funny, but I just don't. I don't understand the logic of it.
That's fair.
I'm a great guy.
It didn't take away from it tremendously for me though. I heard like it was a fine match. That's all I really have to say about it. I also don't think I'll remember a lot of the spots from it in the future. It did what it needed to. It got Kholoki to win and set up for what he did after the match. But do you guys have any thoughts on the match itself before we move on? The match
was fine. I really liked the Arizona Heat falsy.
Yeah,
really liked that falsy.
Yeah,
I'm not huge on Kholoki using the fucking emote.
He loves
because
that.
every time it's really awkward because he does the emote and then he gets back up and then like his lay shifts like 4 blocks.
Yeah.
I think if he's going to use any emote to do it, he should use one of the ones that was made by me or Nat.
Yeah, because they bump like right next to where you.
Yeah, that keeps you on the same block.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I agree with that. I get why he does it, but it just looks really awkward if the camera's fixated on you and then you just immediately float back up and then have to like lay again. But yeah, it was a fine enough match. I think, like I said, it made Wolf look strong. I can't say I was expecting, but I'm not mad at it.
I was expecting this to be outright murder.
I was expecting this to be like a big Kholoki thing, but Wolf got like a lot of good offense in, and it made him look viable, and I like that. I like seeing Wolf get good offense in. But yeah, I don't really have anything else to add. Colt?
For the match itself, no. For the post match, I got some stuff to say, so let's go into that.
Yeah, into the post match, Kholoki grabs a mic, and it's his first live promo in months.
Yeah,
hell yeah, good job, Kholoki. What's it called? He obviously he's like, yeah, he what's it called? Like he said in the promo we discussed earlier, he was iffy back then on Colt being on the kill list because like he's different from these other people. And now I realise I was a fool and I want to make up for that. No one else in the match. Colt, I'm calling you out right now. Come out, you bitch. And then Colt comes out. Hi, Colt. Yeah. And we didn't even get the burn immediately. And I was sad about that, but we make up for lost time later on. Anyway, you sort of come out, you confront him and you're like, yeah, you're a bitch. And fuck you and you're a bitch. And yeah. I'm going to be honest. This was one of the weaker promos for both of you for me.
I agree.
I feel like you guys were sort of, stumbling over each other a bit here. It sort of felt like you were lost and just trying to get from point A to point B.
It didn't feel like you said much.
Yeah.
Like, there was so many words said.
Yeah, but like nothing.
I couldn't tell you what any of it meant or what they were doing apart from their wrestling at the pay-per-view, I think.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he stumbled a bit, but he's like next pay-per-view this month or whatever. It's like
next month.
That was
the next pay-per-view.
I would say that's just probably like a slip of the tongue. I'm presuming it is at Showdown in Scotland. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for the match itself. The promo itself was a little awkward, but not.
I'm very excited for the match.
I'm saying not every promo is going to be like hit on the head. Eventually we got there, and now we know it's for a pay-per-view. But yeah, like you said, the match is going to be a standout because these two have fantastic chemistry, and we've seen that time and time again. I mean, they have like a fantastic singles match, multiple like really good singles matches. The Fatal 4-Way, obviously, which was fucking incredible. It just shows these two have great chemistry, and I think, especially with this developed Kholoki creative mind, it's just going to serve to be like a very innovative and really cool match, and I'm really excited for that. But yeah, the promo itself was really awkward. But
do you want to know what's even more awkward? The brawl afterwards.
The brawl, yeah.
Kholoki hit a Revelations.
I wasn't told about this. Nobody told me I would be brawling with him.
I was going to say, we know you weren't told, but let me explain what happened for the people.
Okay.
Yeah.
Please do.
Colt was hit with a Revelations. No reaction. He was then hit with was a big boot to the temple.
Yeah.
No reaction. Which was just no reaction.
No reaction.
And then all I remember from there is they punched each other a bit, and then Colt hit a clothesline from hell.
Yeah.
That was me going into my player vault, trying to grab out the
I
clothesline from
assumed as much.
Yeah.
Because I was not told about this fucking brawl beforehand.
Didn't Kholoki do the fucking leap button for the clothesline from hell?
No clue. I think my character's back was turned.
Because I think he did, but I think one of the only situations, I say one of the only, that's one of the worst situations to use that emote specifically, because you get launched back. I think from a clothesline from hell, you should be fucking folded.
Yeah.
On the spot, not sent all the way over there. But
there's another sort of sell for a clothesline.
There's a fold bump.
Other than a fold bump, no, there is a sort of another one that you can use. Cough, cough. I use it later. That sort of works in that thing. Maybe not for Kholoki because he's a big fucker, but it's still a better use than wee. But
I think
no,
it just also looks a little bit silly.
the thing with brawls, right, is like you sort of need to know that they're gonna happen to not make it look
Yeah.
awkward. Like me and Jacob wanted to brawl in our first promo for the Heatwave build.
To give
And we
reason for the Cage of Hell.
I was gonna say we weren't. It wasn't in the script, but we did ask Nuck prior to it. Can we brawl? And then like, yeah, that's fine. So I messaged Jacob and was like, oh, you swing the belt, Duck. I'll crossbody you over, and then we brawl up the ramp, and it just made it look a lot more cleaner. And I
Yeah.
feel like I'm not blaming you for this, Colt, considering it was like Kholoki who I'm presuming
Who's texted him?
initiated it. My father. He's telling me dinner was ready, and I said, "Can you put it
My
in my
father.
My father." But yeah, I think that's one thing. Kholoki is he sort of gets ahead of himself sometimes, and he just gets really excited to like make it look
Yeah.
big and built. And like, I'm not faulting him for it. I understand where he's coming from with it. I just want it to be like clear.
A bit
so it
too
doesn't-
much enthusiasm.
It's too much infusion, and I don't want it to like come back to like hurt his his product essentially. But yeah, just in the future, I think communicating like if you want to brawl, absolutely, just let your opponent know. Be like, I'm gonna hit you with this, you dark, or you hit me back, blah blah blah.
I think if it wasn't Colt and Kholoki and the history they have, I think it could have killed how excited I am for the match. But I know these two work really well together.
Yeah, I agree. These
I
two are
think if they hadn't worked together before, I'd be like, oh no.
yeah, it makes you a bit worried for
Yeah.
the like promo and shit. But yeah, like I said, this match is going to be incredible, and just excited for that more than anything. Another thing, Kholoki also didn't need to stick that long during the burn because it looked awkward just in the background where he's like old man shakes fist at Cloud, while Colt's just doing his burn thing. Eventually he does go to the back, and then we get the Colt burn. Hooray!
The crowd went too crazy for the burn.
I'm so fucking over.
You are, but the crowd went too crazy. They weren't saying it along with the song. They were just saying burn.
Burn. Avery burns. Anyway, no, yeah, I love the little burn. It's great way to get the crowd up, and I like
really
that
good
it was
crowd interaction.
I like that it was built to as well. It's like, sorry, I know you guys like doing a little chant, but we don't have time for that. And then eventually after, we do have time for that.
Yeah,
and we get it. Yay. Good little ending to the segment. But yeah, I don't have anything else to add. Jacob, what about you?
I have nothing to add. I've said all I need to say.
What about you as Mr. Promo Guy, Colt?
Yeah, I didn't like this. No, I didn't fuck with this. I'm sorry.
That's fair.
I felt my promo kind of sucked because I was stumbling and trying to like find the words to say because all that was like said in the script was Colt comes out and accepts. That's all that was. So I was just trying to find the words to say in this promo, and I felt like it was conveyed really awkwardly. So yeah,
Was it just like a case of you didn't know where the rest of the story was leading because all you knew you were doing was accepting?
Yeah.
So you didn't know how to act specifically because you didn't know what direction it was going. Yeah, I completely get that because I've had that a few times, but it is one of those things where just for future reference, normally you can just ask Nuck.
Yeah.
Because whenever I'm stuck on something like that, I'm like, by the way, what is the direction this is going? Just so I can figure out how to act in this promo specifically.
Yeah.
I'll say they will normally give you the context if you're struggling to figure out what you need to do for the promo.
Yeah, but like the brawl kind of threw me off, so that kind of like ticked me off a little, like having to go into my player vault trying to like find the clothesline from hell button.
Yeah.
And then I gotta like cover it up afterwards, like with that mini promo as when my theme hits, like saying like, I'm gonna kill the monster that is Kholoki because if my name isn't Jonathan Colt, and then I feel like the best thing of that promo was just like the fucking, burn, yes you're gonna burn.
Yeah,
I felt like
I think the most memorable part of that segment was we finally got the burn.
Yeah.
After being edged.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was bad. I did not like it. I did not fuck with it. I hope we bounce back.
I think there will be better in the coming weeks from both of you, which is why I don't think, like, yes, this was a bad segment. Don't get me wrong. But it hasn't completely, like thrown me off, if that makes sense.
I get
Because
that.
I know that there will be better in the coming weeks.
I just know Kholoki's gonna do some diabolical shit, like Sandy takes a turn for the worse and he pulls the plug or some bullshit like that. And
What
there's
the
kids.
fuck?
Tell me that's not something Kholoki would do. Tell me that.
Oh, he would, but what the fuck? Like, Kholoki
It-
shows up wearing the doctor's stuff.
Yeah, he's like, "Hello, I am Dr. Barr," and just beats the shit out of Sandy. It's like, "What the fuck?
Oh my
We've
God!
gone over
I'll
this.
take it
We've,
from here,
we've
nurse."
done this."
And everyone's just like, he hasn't passed yet! He's got 5 more years!
Jesus Christ.
Get it? Because he's...
No, he's.
I'll
Yeah,
go fuck myself.
They're gonna come back from this. I know they will.
Yeah.
And the match itself is gonna be great. I know that. It's just a moment of weakness. That's okay. Everyone has.
Everyone has off days.
Smile. But yeah, just before we move on, what you were saying about the asking for like, if it's not specified, asking for like some clarity is a good thing to go. Because the mean shift promo, I feel like it was fine enough and it did what it needed to, and that's because we were told essentially what we needed. It's like Schiff essentially tells what happened to Doppel. This is enrages Dobby and like says he wants to fight. Schiff accepts. Simple as. That's what we did. It done what it needed to,
Yeah.
But yeah, you're gonna bounce back from this. It's fine. And yay. Thumbs up. Can't see, but thumbs up. And then we get on to Fader. I just want to preface, I don't think that was the worst promo segment of the night. I think the following one is worse, but not because of like general promo. I think because of certain instances that I'll get into in a moment. But yes, this is Fade over. Faywin and Kyle over. Faywin's back in Scotland. Yay! If only Doppel was here to enjoy this as well. But yeah, we have, of course, Faywin and Kyle come out and they speak about their win at Heatwave. Yippee! And then out comes a certain someone who is tweaking right there, as you can see. And it's Jacob, and he comes out and he's here to torment them, I think, or some shit.
I'm just here to be a dickhead.
It's
all
just
I
here to be a
do.
dick. Faywin's little line of like, I know this isn't gonna work, but I might as well try. Can you fuck off for 5 minutes, please? And you're like, no. He's like, yeah.
No.
He's like, yeah, I don't think that'll work. It's like, well, you're not worth a try. That made me giggle. That's my thing with this promo is my faults don't fall to you and to Faywin. This is not to call out Kyle by any means. It's just his involvement in this was sort of what took me out. And I want to be as constructive about this as possible because I don't want a repeat of Heatwave.
You're free to just give your thoughts. I have been very constructive to Kyle in DMs.
Yeah.
I sent him like a whole thing because he asked me for feedback. And my general thoughts were, give me a sec. Let me.
You were shit.
I said it was a fine promo, but he needs to speak with more confidence and he needs to be more situationally aware.
Yeah.
Of what he's doing in the ring. Like I said, he needs to. The promo he should have cut was he's sticking up for his friend, not challenging a 3-time world champion.
Yeah, exactly.
I also said to him about him interrupting, not really working for his character.
That's my thing. That is
one of the big things. I also recommended to him that he start using bullet points for promos instead of just trying to go on the fly.
Please do not go on the fly. I said this for Aliku. You need to build up to like working on the fly. You need to get comfortable.
Yeah.
Like I started out, pre-recording my shit because I was so nervous with promos, and then eventually I went to bullet points, and then eventually I've come down to a point where like I don't think my promos are like good by any means, but I get the point across usually. I go on the fly now, and I think usually like I'm never going to be one of the best promos, but I get out what's needed in my promos, and I'm like, hey, I get from point A to point B, fine enough.
I used to bullet point. I don't anymore. I go completely on the fly. If you couldn't tell,
there's nothing wrong with bullet pointing and stuff like that. It just keeps you on track.
Yeah.
But it's like the way I see it, right, is Kyle tried to be the focus of this promo when he should not have been the focus of this promo. What's it called? It was Jacob coming out, and I feel like his main thing was with Faywin here, because this is the current world champion and a former world champion and XC main eventer, and this is like, oh, big match. These two are confronting, and then Kyle's like, hey guys, I am also involved in this. Look at me.
I too am in this segment.
I am going to butt in and cut you off, Jacob Sterry.
Yeah, this was like very big match feel. Because this is me and Feywind, two XE main eventers, two former world champions.
And like it felt like Kyle was trying to like insert himself into it a bit too much.
My biggest thing that like took me out of the promo was genuinely Kyle's inability to read the situation.
Yeah.
Like he was trying too hard to be the aggressor here.
Yeah.
Way too hard to be the aggressor.
Yeah.
You know what this feels like? This feels like if like there was a stare down between. Okay, so it feels like if this was like a stare down between The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin. In the middle of it is fucking little Spike Dudley.
Maven.
I too am here. I think, like I said, Kyle was trying way too hard to be like the center of attention. You don't have to get every word in like a promo, especially when it only slightly pertains to you, and especially when it pertains to you later on. That's when you get your lines in.
So my big thing was he needs to think about what he's saying.
Yeah, he
needs a lot more.
He needs to engage with like what other people are saying and then play off that.
It felt like he was just sort of going without thinking and just sort of speaking. I said he needs to take his time. Like while I was talking, while Feywind or Kyle were talking, I was listening to what they were saying, and that was my time to figure out what I'm going to say and think about it. When we say you cut promos on the fly, we don't mean you just speak.
Yeah.
It's a case of you work off of what's being said.
Yeah, you bounce off of them.
You take that time to intake what they're saying and think about it to figure out what you need to say. Think about what your character would say.
Exactly. It's exactly that, because in the me and Shift promo earlier in the night, Shift ends his thing with like the we all just need to smile thing. That was not in the script. That was just Shift came out with that. And Dobby obviously being part of Smile and that being like a big part of his character. I think him going like, what's it called? Do you think you're funny with your wordplay, and like sort of engaging with that is like a really good thing you sort of need to do, and it makes the promos feel like more real than like if you're gonna script something out, like obviously there's going to be less to play off of, but I think you need to be good at that before you can start riffing off of people like this to this degree.
I also tried a bit of a character shift in the latter half of this promo. It's like being a bit more aggressive rather than chicken shit, which I spoke about in Question of the Day with Jimmy a bit.
I actually really like.
Yeah, from the "Did you lay your hands on me?" I went properly like to being the aggressor in the promo instead of being a chicken shit heel.
I like that. I think Kyle's energy did not match it though.
That's my issue. Kyle, I feel, tried to completely overshadow that moment.
Yeah.
Like, yes, it wasn't like a huge moment, but it was a different thing for me specifically.
Yeah.
It was something very different for my character, something we haven't really seen before.
Yeah.
And I feel Kyle trying to match my aggression didn't really add up. I feel at that point he should have get in between us, interrupt, stand up for your friend, push me back. Did you just lay your fucking hands on me? That's where he's like,
about you, man, about him,
about that. Obviously, still stand up for your friend, but this is where the way he speaks with the slight stutter because he's nervous. That's where this will benefit. Having those nerves, being nervous, that makes sense for this situation. Play into that.
Yeah. The way I see it is Kyle was trying to get too involved after like the initial, Feywind and Kyle talking thing. When you come out, I think Kyle should have stepped back for a while, let you and Feywind just do your thing. And then when it comes to him stepping in between you and like trying to cut the tensions down, he should have been like, "Whoa, let's all calm down a bit." And then what's it called? You're still going on. He pushes you away, like, "Please," I said, "Stop." And then that's when you're like, "Did you put your hands on me?" And Kyle's like, "I didn't mean it like that. I don't respect you, but I didn't mean to do it like that." And then that's when you get like in his face.
I'm going to make an example out of you.
And
like,
then Kyle's like,
yeah.
Kyle shouldn't have been angry in that case. He should have been like, you know what, that was on me. But I feel like
he was being too aggressive in the segment.
He doesn't need to be aggressive, and that's
No.
my huge problem with that. Is like he should have been like apologetic, like that's my bad. You know, I shouldn't stoop to.
Yeah, he should have like started to back down a bit, and then Feywind tells him to like speak with Jest.
I'm gonna say, yeah, have a backbone, because that's the whole idea of this group anyway. Is like, you know, Feywind helps.
Feywind tries to build him up.
And then
instead of Kyle is immediately able to do everything perfectly because he's the best.
Yeah, he needs to work on that. And yeah, that's my main gripe with this promo is I think Kyle was trying too hard to be the guy when he needs to be built to be the guy, and that's why he's with Feywind in the first place. Yeah, that's all I got to say. Colt?
Hey, I'm here. It was a promo, and it happened on Unleashed.
It did.
The only thing I can really remember from this promo is, you know, the Jacob introduction I do on commentary. I can't name anything else that happened other than, like, fucking Kyle Cardova being like, well, you know, honestly, bro, I mean...
You Will Ospreay now. Or might be Will Ospreay, elevated type shit.
I was going to say, it is one of those things where it's like one bad bit ruins it all.
Yeah.
Because this is one of those cases where it will overshadow.
Yeah. I think it just serves, like, I want Kyle to take this and have it serve its purpose to him and be like, okay, I understand now. I'm going to go away and work on this so I can not do this in future, and it will help me work on my promos and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. I hope he actually takes the feedback on board, because there's been a few cases with, I've done it personally, and I don't know if you two have, but I assume a few others have. Well, I know a few others have, but I've done it, so this isn't like a complete insult, where you ask for feedback, get given feedback, and then you're just like, cool. And then don't change anything.
No,
you don't act on it.
Yeah, I've definitely done that. Many a time.
I really hope that this is Kyle acts on this feedback.
Yeah, listens to it, helps him improve.
Because this is like a
That's what this is. We want him to improve.
Yeah.
Kyle needs to start like cutting promos in the mirror. He needs to practice his promos in the mirror.
I cut promos almost every day to try and work on my promo ability.
I do too.
I'll say any inconvenience in your life, cut a fucking promo on it.
True.
It helps improve your ability to have that level of confidence going into a promo, to understand your character.
Yeah.
Like, it is easier to like cut a promo on everything you can when you're a heel. I'll give you that.
Yeah.
But you can work on it as a face.
I agree. Yeah, it's not coming from like a place of malice. We just want to see the like Kyle's product improving. You know, it feel more fluid and like basically increase his stocks is the way I see it. You know, give him the chance to actually seem like he's improving more than just he's been given feedback and then he just doesn't take it on board. But yeah, I don't really have anything else to add on to the list. Do you guys have anything to add before we move on?
No.
That brings us on to the 6-man tag.
Oh, this was beautiful, beautiful, beautiful stuff. This was like match of the night. One of the best tag matches ever.
This was maybe the best 6-man tag I've seen in Minecraft Wrestling. This was fucking incredible shit. Wow.
Beautiful.
Wow. Like,
tremendous.
There's so much about this, like, not even all just down to an individual basis, just like the general vibe of the match, like the fluidity of the tag wrestling, especially on the part of the SCS. Incredible. They look fucking smooth as butter in there. Obviously, the Avery and Rich tensions, I really like how they were done, especially early on, where it's like they were both tagging in Steve and sort of ignoring each other and then tagging themselves in, and like that's eventually what did sort of come on to cost them. I think that was really well done. I think also, you know, it's just like everyone in this match just looked really important at like some degree. Like Miss looked really good. What's it called? DMK looked really good. Breezy looked like the professional who was tying them all together on the SCS. Obviously, Steve is just a one man wrecking crew. He comes in, he cleans shop. Avery just looked like a good worker. Rich looked like a good worker, but when it comes down to their tensions, that's what cost them in the end. Everything about this match just was fucking incredible. Great offense, great tag offense, great story.
I was going to say the tag offense is what brought this whole match together.
That's what I was saying. Yeah,
the tag offense in this match is what made it amazing in my eyes.
Yeah, I agree.
Either way, this was going to be a good match just based on the people in it.
I say the quality of people, yeah.
But the tag offense that came out of this match is what made this an amazing match.
Yeah.
Because holy fuck, the tag offense was good.
Yeah. Everyone who's like learning tag offense here, or like is involved in tag offense in any way, take from this match and study it and just go forward doing shit like this, because this was fucking peak. I can say myself, I think I'm a good tag worker, but I will watch back this match and I will take notes myself, because there was some really fluid shit in this match that even I don't think I've been doing in tag matches, and I will factor that into my tag matches going forward.
One of the things that this match did really well, which is something me and Rich tried to do, but I don't think it had anywhere near the same effect it did in this match, is hit tag team sequences instead of just move plus move on a button.
I agree.
You actually have a sequence and you work that sequence together, and you hit a move, then you hit a move, then you hit a move, and you're working together and flowing off of each other like that. I think that's what made this tag offense feel so special, because it felt like they were working together, not just going, let's do a pump kick and a German suplex. I think that's what really brought it together.
No, it was everything felt really fluid. This match was just fucking incredible. Everyone in this match should be proud of it. It did so many stories so well. Steve was like there, and he was kind of vibing. There was no real story implications for Steve, but he was vibing and he looked like a really good threat in it. So to even factor Steve in like that, huge props to everyone involved. For Rory, for DMK, what a first match back! Fucking hell. This just sets up to make this sets up to make the SCS generally look like fucking monsters, and this iteration. And when Saints, if Saints does eventually come back, it's just going to be like, it's going to put the doubt in Saints' head, like, maybe I was the problem all along, because Breezy's SCS is working so well together, and he's like, shit. And then we get like a big story between like Breezy and Saints, and
that will be fun,
like that. But yeah, this was a fucking fantastic start for the SCS. This is a great stepping stone for Rich and Avery. Steve is Steve, and he looked great. As
this match is the first thing where it's been like, maybe I can get behind Rich. For me, since he's come back,
like, this was like a really good step in the Avery and Rich stuff.
I agree.
Yeah, and I was going to like throw it to you, Colt, to see what you thought, especially.
I just had one more quick thing to add. I understand this was like a can they coexist kind of thing, and like Avery wasn't working with Rich but was with Steve.
Yeah.
It made me really confused on Avery's character, because she was willing to work with Steve.
In like the heel sort of face.
Yeah.
I understand.
It made me slightly confused on her alignment.
The way I see it, right, is Avery sees herself as a face. She came out of the face tunnel.
Yeah.
Avery thinks everything she's doing is correct. I think once again she is a very Hangman-esque thing where she.
But I feel that's also the same as every heel. Every heel thinks they're in the right.
I think it's a different degree though. I think Avery's whole thing is she is like so
completely
invested in it. She's delusional. Like I feel like there is degrees to where like justified face, justified heel. I feel like Avery thinks she's a justified face, but in regards to like everyone else's views, like you're just fucked up. You're not a justified face. You are a fucked up heel.
Yeah,
I'm not getting behind you. And then eventually that's going to cause her to like crack even more. And then that's when Avery just starts playing into a heel persona. and I think that's just what it's going to serve to do in the long term. So I don't have a problem with it. I think it's building up for a longer term thing.
That's fair.
But yeah, Colt,
Colt.
what did you think, my friend?
Yeah, this whole fucking tag match was a fucking masterclass. Like you guys said, like this is a good step in the right direction for making me
Yeah.
want to believe in like Rich as a
Tag
face
wrestling.
again.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
And tag wrestling as a whole.
Tag wrestling, oh my god. Like
It's back again.
We're back. And
It flip flops every week.
It does. We are so back. It's so.
So what tag match are we having next week that's going to completely kill tag wrestling and make it Jova?
The next one I wrestle in.
No.
What,
I was going to say, what are we doing next week that's killing tag wrestling?
Yeah, the shit I wrestle in.
Is it going to be you and Kholoki versus the SCS?
No, it's going to be me and Vinny versus like Kholoki and
the Paradox Reforms.
yeah.
Fire.
Yeah, that's a shitty tag match. Anyway,
you know what? I'll bring Law and Order back together. We'll wrestle.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Anyway,
don't tell Kev.
Yeah, don't tell Kev. He'll get really excited.
Yeah, like I said with your guys' tag match, I'm very jealous of this match.
Mm-hmm.
I know that I sound like a loser for saying that, but you know, this is like a master class. Like again, like yeah, if you're gonna study tag wrestling, this is the kind of match you would want to like write notes down for.
It's one of those matches where you look at it and you go, I wish I could have written that.
I know.
Yeah.
It is one of those things, and it kind of like it gets me like fuck.
Yeah. You're just like, oh, I really wish I could have been in that.
Yeah.
It's jealousy.
Working with these people.
Degree.
Yeah.
To the best degree, jealousy can be. It's like envious, but in a fact that it will make you improve in future, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. This match was fucking stellar. I don't know what else to say other than this was a fantastic showing for everyone involved. Maybe we need more 6-man tags with the SCS if this is how it comes out.
Yes.
Like fucking
fuck it, no tag titles. Give us a trios title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they always matter in wrestling.
Yeah, they're the most important belts.
Exactly. No, but yeah, this was just everyone should feel very proud of this match because it was fucking incredible. Great shit from everyone involved.
Really good match.
I don't have anything else to add. Do you guys?
No.
No. Okay, that brings us on to our penultimate. See, I used the word from earlier. Our penultimate segment here. The book club takes a field trip to Boston's office. We've finally caught back up with Atom, who, after being stabbed in the tongue with a pen earlier,
I love him.
He now has like a lisp and he can't talk properly because his tongue has a hole in it. So he goes, Boston! Boston!
Boston!
I fucking love that Atom, in character, despite having a hole in his tongue, was like, yeah, I need to call out Boston myself. I can't have Vox talking for me.
I am so glad that I strayed away from the chicken shit before this segment.
Yeah.
Because if it was after this segment would be the reason.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I did it before.
It's like, this was fucking comedy gold. Like, Atom, funniest wrestler we have on the roster.
Give Atom everything.
Give Atom everything because he's just so funny. He's so good. I was laughing the whole segment. I'm truly
I was
words on
cackling
this.
at this.
The fucking voice had me dying the entire time. Vox was just chilling there,
and the contradiction of Boston's promo to this.
Yeah, fucking Atom's like, you thought that he's a fucking brute. He's so violent. And then Boston's like, you're a fucking wimps, bro. It's like,
shut the fuck up, you pussy.
He just felt like a fucking politician, like yelling at everyone. It's like, you guys just don't get wrestling. And he just sounded pissed off. And then obviously the main takeaway here is that Boston has called for the television title to no longer be contested under ultra-violent rules. Fuck yes. I mean, like I said in my question of the day, a lot of people will not be happy about that. I am very happy that it's ran its course, and I think it has, like, I know it happened under Vinny, but my thing is I think it serves a great story for Vinny here.
Yes.
I think Vinny figuring out like how to wrestle as a normal guy, the same way Schiff had to after losing the belt, but having the
Yeah.
belt still. It's just an incentivized version of what Schiff had to go through.
I was going to say we spoke about this in opinions chat when I brought up the deathmatch wrestling in MWA.
Yeah.
And I can't remember who it was that made the argument of, well, Hironaka's already done this, just off screen, over there.
Yeah, right there. Yeah.
I'm excited. I hope that Vinny does run the story of struggling to figure out how to wrestle a normal match instead of going, well, I already did this. I already did this in my head.
Yeah.
That's amazing. You don't need to see it.
Yeah. I need to see that. Like,
Yeah.
I think that's such a good story, and it's just it's what's it called? It's a fucking layup for Vinny to like have something to overcome in his title run, because he's quite literally a week into it right now, or 8 days technically. But like he's so early on into this run, and for a belt that is meant to be defended weekly, this is something you can do on a week by week basis.
Yeah.
It's not of like, oh, you got to wait till the pay per view to like show us your normal style now. It's just a story that can like help him out, and it gives him something to do. And whoever he's like wrestling, if it's someone who is like more of a proficient normal wrestler, then it's going to sort of maybe see him struggle, and eventually he
Proper
does
uphill
come out
battle.
on top. Proper uphill battle.
I
And
think
if you
it could
want
also be a really cool fucking story for how he loses the title.
that as
Like,
well,
he finally gets proficient in wrestling a proper match,
yeah,
but he
Maybe.
just gets outmatched.
yeah. I feel like if you want him to be a babyface, this is the way to go with it as well. As where
Yeah.
it's like it's the opposite of the Shift in the fact that Shift's a cunt, but he's like learning, and you sort of see it in mine and his match up next. Is like, yeah, it's a normal match, ish, but he's also using the environment like he would in a death match, but like because he doesn't have weapons at his disposal, he's just using what is, I guess, legalized weapons in the like ring post and the stairs and the barricade, because he used all of the above. And I think Vinny sort of doing the opposite of that and not having to rely on just the stairs and the barricade and the post, and like just becoming a proficient not technical wrestler, but like in ring wrestler, in the fact of
Yeah.
like, you know, he has to learn to like factor in his strikes and stuff, and not have to bring out tacks and tables and chairs and blah blah blah. And it's a good story, and I really want to see that.
Not having to
beat.
rely on his ability.
Exactly. And yeah, I'm just excited to see how this goes. I personally am glad that the sanctity of like hardcore matches is sort of being reverted and saved again.
Yeah.
But
Your
yeah,
wrestling's back, baby. Let's fuck.
Bring it back to a special occasion match.
exactly. That's not us saying like Vinny can't like hardcore wrestle anymore. Like if he wants to have like one-off matches where it's like the story justifies it, absolutely.
Go for
but
it,
like
King.
in a general weekly basis, I think him learning to wrestle a real individual style and us seeing that rather than it being like, actually I learnt this in my head. Perfect. That's a great story. But yeah, this was a great segment all around. Boston,
Yeah.
loving him as GM so far. No
Yes.
nonsense heel, amazing start. Atom, comedy gold. Title being reverted to normal rules, love it. I don't
Perfect.
have anything else to say. Fucking great
This
shit all
segment
around.
did everything it needed to do, and it did it perfect.
I agree.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I was going to say, it's not segment of the year, but for what it is,
But
it was the perfect segment.
But it covered so much ground. It made
Yeah.
Atom even more over with the fans because he's that funny. It made Boston look no nonsense in his first segment, and it got us the title.
My only
No.
issue with it is it's going to make it so much harder to boo Atom. Like, it was already hard. I don't want to boo him. I struggle so much every time he's like wrestling, and I start like typing in chat. I'm like, shit, I shouldn't be saying that because I'm not meant to like him.
Well, you
Yeah.
can just start cheering at him. You could be that one guy in the crowd who cheers at him, and everyone else boos him.
Oh no, I dislike
Jacob
that person
Nance,
in the chat.
Fuck.
I'm not going to talk about it too heavily. but I'm not huge on the people who are just like, yeah, I'm gonna cheer the heel.
Yeah.
I'm not huge on it because I think it's as much as like, yes, your personal opinion of the character matters. I think it's a disservice to the character they're playing because
I was
you're
gonna
like,
say,
you like them because they're playing their role so well, meaning you should be leaning into that. But
yeah.
I'm not going to talk too much on that because me talking about a crowd.
I'm just playing devil's advocate here.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, no, I agree with that take. I think it just does serve to do a little bit of a disservice to people's characters that they're trying to work hard on. But yeah, I don't really have anything else to add on this. Like
No.
I said, good all around. It helps build a lot of stuff here. Thumbs up, personally. Yeah, Colt.
Yeah, I don't got nothing else to add. This was perfect. Everything
Yeah,
it needed to
perfect
be,
segment.
and did it great. So let's
Yeah.
go on to the main event.
Main event time.
Dorby!
I'm the Dorb. I died. So sorry I
He
died.
died!
So sorry I
No.
died. I'm in heaven now.
He
Anyway.
died!
Yeah, me versus Shift. Well, that hurt.
I don't really have much to say about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna
got
be
your
honest.
ass
We didn't.
kicked.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say,
Dobby got his ass handed to him.
We were told to have Shift basically just pick apart this weak Dobby, and I think that's exactly what we did.
Yeah.
I think we had some really good spots for it.
The
'cause
hope spots were fun.
We were given 7 minutes, and we did go a bit over, but that's just
A
because like
bit?
it's 3 minutes. I mean, come on, it's the main event.
Three and a half. 50% of your time.
No, we didn't. We went 2 minutes 40. I checked it.
I can only apologise.
But it's like
Only about 40% of your time over.
we went sub 10. We went sub 10 for a main event match. I think that's
I thought it went 11.
no. We went
Oh.
9:42. I think it's fine. I didn't mean to. We didn't mean to. We scripted a short script here. It's just a matter of I had to sell so much in the match.
Yeah.
To like really get the story off. That's why it delayed it by like 2 minutes. That's just what it came down to. I really like some of the spots we scripted here. I loved getting to die.
It was a fun match.
The use of the
6-man should have made.
Yeah, I agree with that. I didn't think we were
Shift right there and then.
I was gonna say I think the
That would've
6-man should have
worked out.
made with the context. Not even it was like a better match. I think just with the context of it was an actual match, not just a massacre.
I see the reason it closed out because of like the story of it, obviously.
Yeah.
Level sort of shit, but like I personally don't think we should have mained. Like I agree with Colt that I should have just like fucking basically thrown my I should have wrestled in my jeans, like shown how pissed off I was. And
Yeah,
been,
just
like,
go get a ref out
right
there and throw a punch.
I think that would be really cool.
And you just get your ass handed to you. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's like I think we did good with the story of Shift beats my ass because Shift beat my ass.
Yeah.
And obviously Dobby looked very hurt because I like ran corner to corner for the Meteoras, but I kept stumbling and falling over. So that's probably where like a lot of it came from.
I think the timing and spacing of the hope spots was perfect.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think you could have done a better job with the timing and spacing between them because it didn't feel like you were fighting back. It felt like you were desperate.
Yeah.
Which is what the hope spots for that match should have been.
Yeah.
So I don't really have anything I can say negatively about the match.
Yay.
But I also don't really have too much positive I can say. Like, yes, it was a fun match, but I don't see this too much as a match. I see it more as a segment just because of how it felt more like a beatdown segment than a match, which I think was perfect for the story. And I think it works as calling it a match and like having it be official. It just felt more like a beatdown.
I guess in
and
that way,
you just getting murdered.
I guess in that regard, it does make the 6-man more of the main event. Considering like that was the technical, like I keep saying technical, just the general wrestling aspect of match of the card. But it's like I think me and Shift did what we needed to, what we were asked of here.
Yeah,
and it benefited the story well. Yeah, I liked the headbutts. I had fun with that because it's like
Yes.
Dobby. Obviously, Shift calls out Slick's name. Dobby pushes up with whatever strength he has left, rattles off the headbutt, falls into the corner, and he says, "I may have not liked the man, but
The
he
make or break spot I really liked, where you swing it and just kind of like,
yeah." That's like because it follows the headbutt. It's like headbutts is something that should be sold immediately. So it's like
yeah,
Dobby uses his last adrenaline and energy to push up, headbutt Shift, fall into the corner for the make or break. But as he spins around, that's when it all wears off, and he's like his body is caught up to him,
Dobby,
collapses into
do you want
Shift's
to know what would have
arms.
made that headbutt so much more impactful?
What?
If it wasn't a
Like
worked headbutt.
headbutt. But
Stiff
yeah, no.
headbutt.
I was kind of worried that it would like be people like, oh, he's using someone else's move. But I personally think it fit the moment very well.
Yeah,
And it's like
he called out Slick by name.
I was
It,
gonna say he sort of pressed my
for me,
button.
it
I
wasn't.
forgot
It
that game.
wasn't in my head. It wasn't you pressing him pressing. But sorry for cutting you off. It wasn't him pressing buttons. It was you hearing the name Slick and going, "Oh shit, the Slick thing," and then just like bum because you remembered it because
Yeah.
he mentioned Slick.
Yeah, that's sort of the justification we did in having him call out Slick
Yeah,
specifically. Because I feel like if he's just like smile because it happened or some shit, it's like okay, then it's sort of up to the crowd to sort of figure that one out and be like
yeah,
figure that connotations out. But Slick being called out by name just serves to like make people realize. And I can't remember if it was you or Nuck who said it, like stolen that from Slick, but I think it was you.
I got a whisper from Kholoki, and
Ah,
and Kholoki like gave me the note like courtesy is Slick, so I
yeah.
just said courtesy is Slick out loud.
Yeah. Shouts out to Kholoki for that because that's exactly
that's
what I
all
wanted
good.
commentary to do. Um, yeah, that's sort of like what that came into, and obviously it shows Slick is still fresh on Dobby's mind because last week, what's it called? Dobby could have done what Slick done to him to Jacob, but obviously being called out as Slick is like shit. I don't want to go down to that level. Kind of cost him in the end. And then this week, you know, his tensions rise. He throws Slick's head, but it cost him in the end technically because it's like he threw his last energy out and then collapsed. And it's almost like Slick is still costing him, even though he's retired. And it just sort of shows the psychological damage Slick done to Dobby in
Yeah,
the long run, to where he's technically like living rent free and still costing Dobby in a like variety of ways, even though he's retired. And it's like that's what Slick was aiming to do, I guess.
yeah.
And yeah, I'm personally proud of how we delivered that. And yeah, I had a fun time working with Shift. This was my first time working with him. I'd heard great things, and yeah, this was what I could have hoped for.
I
I had
think
a
the
fun time.
match served its purpose perfectly. Of
Yeah,
Dobby gets his ass kicked, shows he still has fighting spirit,
nice.
and continues the story of Shift being a psychopath and hating Doppel.
Exactly.
I
It's a
think
way
it
to
did
further the
everything it
Doppel
needed to.
story.
Yeah,
It's a way to further the Doppel story without Doppel being on the show itself. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with like helping further
yeah.
that story because that story is going to be great, and I'm going to have a great call off. And then obviously, I'm presuming eventually I'll just move into my own shit once Doppel is back in a
Yeah.
degree to like carry on the story, I guess. But yeah, I had a fun time. What about you, Colt?
It was a match that happened on Unleashed.
It was your average.
So mean.
It was a Ravage Unleashed main event match.
Yay, I think.
Oh no. Yeah, this was good. I liked it. I liked calling it.
Yay.
You know, Cycle Driver, fuck your life.
Nice.
Always love that. The fucking lariat spot on the apron where Shiv hits Dobby
Yeah.
with the fucking. Was it the lariat or was it the fuck you bomber?
It
on
was
the...
he attempted a lariat, I ducked, and on the rebound he hit the fuck you bomber.
Yeah, and then you did the fucking moons. You did the fucking
Yeah.
Paul London cell.
That's exactly what the spot was based off of.
Hell yeah, the fucking Snitsky hitting the lariat on fucking Paul
Yeah.
London. And then backstage gets really mad at Paul London for doing the flip bump.
Yeah. I think that's actually what like made me want to do it because I'd seen that interview like maybe like in the week, and I was like when I learned Shift was assaulting me and he has a lariat sort of special fuck yeah, please do this to me. And I think that was my favorite like spot of the match, and I loved getting to do that.
Yeah, that was.
Dobby will do anything to get murdered.
I love murder. But when I'm getting murdered, mostly. Anyway, yeah. Yippee! I had fun time. I helped benefit other stories. Thumbs up, smiley face, and end of sentence. Yeah, I think that's about it for me. You guys could.
I ain't gonna lie to you two, Gangy. My social battery has been completely depleted over 2 hours and 20 minutes. So sorry if I'm not too talkative.
No, it's
I'm
okay.
just ready to eat my dinner.
I'm autistic.
I love talking about MWA, but I'm also ready to eat my dinner.
Yeah, I'm ready to shower,
but yeah,
get ready for work.
This guy got a job and shit.
Yeah.
But
So do
yeah,
I, but I don't work on weekends because I have a real job.
whoa. Yeah, I think we're in a good position to start wrapping things up. I enjoyed this show. It was it wasn't, I wouldn't say the best quality of show in especially in
No.
the in-ring aspects, barring the 6-man because that was fucking incredible. But I think it was a solid.
It was a good builder show.
I was gonna say it was a good story building episode. A lot of stories got furthered or started here.
I was gonna say because it was just after a big pay-per-view.
Yeah.
Like one of our main pay-per-views. I feel this sort of show was expected to come the week after.
Crazy good, but
I think
fun.
As we've said for most of the segments today, this show served its role perfectly.
Exactly.
It did what it needed to do, and we had fun on the show. We had a good match, fun segments, and a few bad moments that we've given feedback to. Look at us,
and that will hopefully be like fixed in coming weeks. But yeah, I think this is definitely a step in the right direction back on the pod. Nobody hopefully gets really sad about this one. But yeah, I had a fun time today. Please don't find a way.
They're gonna find a way to shit on us.
Find a way,
please.
Find a way.
Please don't yell at us. But I had a fun time today. I think next week's
see what's inside.
Hopefully we'll get some more
good
shit.
Sorry.
But yeah, I'm excited for the future of MWA. I'm excited for the pay-per-view, and I'm excited to see how some of these stories come to be furthered, I guess. But yeah, it's about time we wrap things up. Thank you for listening to the MWA official podcast. We will hopefully see you in the week for maybe because Cruz pitched another really cool idea to us, but we still have to do Family Feud. So we got a few fun little weekly, like in the week podcast ideas that we will hopefully bring to you sooner rather than later.
When we do anonymous confessions?
We haven't got any.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
like we got like very few.
We got like a few anonymous confessions, and then Jimmy, who was like giving his non-anonymous feedback.